I'm sitting here, and it's about 15 minutes before they come back from lunch because the judge had a appointment or something. I'm just thinking, what is Amber Heard doing on her lunch break? Probably losing her mind. Like, is she cussing everybody out? You know, asking why you didn't do this, why you didn't do that, and they're asking, like, why did you even do this in the first place? What is Amber Heard doing at her lunch after this testimony? Like, your case is blown out of the fucking water. Your team did absolutely nothing the entire time but make you look like an even worse person than we already knew. And that's, oh my God, like, and I already thought she was awful. I really, really wonder, like, she probably can't eat because if I was, like, so anxious, I could not even stomach anything. I would throw up. She probably cannot even eat. So she's probably just sitting there. I wonder if she smokes, like, probably not. Like, I would need something to take the edge off. Like, oh my God. Wow. And I wonder if, like, she goes home, if, like, the baby is here. And, like, if she goes home in the evening and, like, plays with her child and stuff. But, like, I would feel like she'd be completely exhausted after. Like, oh my goodness. But she probably has a nanny. Goddamn, girl. It's over. You're never going to do anything after this. Your baby daddy is about to buy Coke and put the Coke back in the Coke. He literally tweeted that last night. He said he's going to put the cocaine back in the Coke. He's going to buy Coca-Cola. Kind of feel like I would buy it. You know, just to see, you know, whatever. But yeah, I can't wait for this to start back. It can only go down from here for her. Like, his case is won at this point. The jury can clearly see it. If not, they've picked a completely biased jury. But it's so obvious. It's so obvious. They all schemed on this fucking op-ed. The draft had his name. It was taken out once lawyers and shit were consulted. This is madness. That's a fucking mess. Y'all, even the financial advisor management guy is spilling the fucking tea. I think he was the one Johnny was meeting with the night of Amber's birthday when he was late. Like, he's spilling the tea, and he's talking about how right now she demanded $4 million, and then it kept increasing. 4 million, 5 million, 5.5 million, and now he's saying 7 million. He was about to say something, but let me go back. I think I already did. Look at Johnny. I love when the camera's on him. And that's the sonographer lady? Is that what it is? And she has to type all day. Apparently she gets to talk to Johnny. Look at Rottenborn. I feel like the judge is just so over all of this. She already knows where this is going. Johnny knows he has this.
Of your involvement on behalf of Mr. Depp in the negotiation, what was your understanding of what Ms. Heard was looking for?
What was she looking for?
She initially was looking for a consideration of $4 million.
She started low.
Continually increased. It went from $4 million
Yep.
to $5 million.
I love how he
And it went
talks.
from $5 million to $5.5 million.
I love how he's saying
Then
this.
it went to $7 million.
Mm.
And then
And
it was $7 million, and she demanded that Mr.
Demanded.
Depp also pay $500,000 to
Oh.
her attorneys.
oh,
Then, after
then
that consideration,
he's just
she
as
also
shocked as
said
we
that
are.
all the community liabilities that were accumulated during the course of the marriage,
Ooh,
which approximately
why are you objecting? Why you let him talk? Let him talk. Why?
I'll let you know. Okay? Yeah, no
This
problem,
just
sir.
goes into his allegations of what she said. Which
These ain't no allegations.
it's the same objection that he has no foundation to suggest that.
Please. He's spilling tea. She demanded $500,000 fucking dollars to go to her attorneys and shit. They wanted to shut that down real quick. Right, can he continue?
Yes.
Ew, she'll tell you.
He learns very well.
So the next demand
I love how he is
all the
telling this
community
story.
liabilities that were unresolved,
Yeah.
approximately $13.5 million,
Mm.
that Mr. Depp had to pay those liabilities in its entirety.
What the fuck?
So at that point,
13.5.
she was demanding
What
$14,250,000
the actual fuck?
consideration. And then it got worse.
And they were married, what, 15 months?
Was that all of this consideration be paid to her free of taxation.
Oh, bitch!
And counselor, for him to pay $14,250,000 to Miss Heard, that would require him
She wanted
to earn
him.
approximately $30 million.
She wanted to bankrupt him. She beat him. She manipulated him, gaslit him, and then was trying to bankrupt him, take all his fucking money, but sat up there and claimed she wanted nothing from him. You fucking bitch. You said you wanted nothing.
The Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, for the benefit of the children who required severe medical service, and to the ACLU.
Right, severe medical
During the course of
service.
the
And she ain't give them
negotiations,
shit.
all the demands, as the contract changed,
I'm so pissed
was
right
that
now.
the payments be made directly to Miss Heard.
I'm.
Have any personal
This woman is
involvement with either the
evil.
ACLU
She is
or the Children's
fucked
Hospital?
up. And
Yes, I
whoever
did.
defends
What was
this shit,
Mr.
still,
Depp directed me
you need to be
to issue
ashamed.
two $100,000 checks directly to the Children's Hospital. of
Right,
Los Angeles.
directly.
I knew that he was involved and supported their efforts and appreciated their service.
Mhm.
In addition to that, he directed me to contribute
Yeah,
$100,000
I love this guy.
to ACLU. In accordance with his instructions, my colleagues drafted the checks, I executed them, and they were delivered to the
He
teacher.
actually donated money, and Amber donated not a fucking thing. This is some bull shit. This woman
Now, in
is
fact, I was
vile.
chastised for making the payments by Ms. Heard's counsel.
Chastised for making the payments.
In the future, have to go directly to her.
Well, why are you trying to object?
He's not answering the question.
He is answering the question.
Answer the question and not expound upon his.
I'll sustain us to hearsay. Next question.
Oh, they are shaking in their boots. Look at Johnny.
With respect to the payments ultimately made,
Oh no.
We applied the
They're
payments to Ms.
sinking. We can't
Heard. In
even.
accordance with the agreement,
Holy
they
shit.
were honored before the date on which they were required to be paid. The first payments made to Ms. Heard was $2 million in
2 mil.
2017.
Okay.
Then in April of 2017, another payment of $1 million.
That's
made
3
payable
mil.
Directly to Ms. Heard.
Directly.
And in August of 2017, another $1 million
Oof.
directly to Ms. Heard.
Girl.
Then
So
in
he was
November,
paying her.
$500,000 were paid directly to Ms. Heard.
That's some boss ass shit that he is regularly making payments of millions of dollars to this bitch who did this to him. He is stand up honorable. And she didn't even fucking send any of this money on her own to the charity. He is spilling piping hot tea. I love this guy. Oh shit.
My colleagues drafted those checks, I executed them, they were delivered on a timely basis.
Timely.
Therefore, in 2017,
Timely.
she was paid $4.5 million
Ooh!
directly paid to her.
Wow.
On February
So that
1,
portion of that, she would have had a little left over if she did at least one of that to the charity.
final installment
Right.
of $2.3 million.
You know
The total
what?
payments that were directly to Ms. Heard
Oh my
was
god.
$6.8 million.
Oh my
You know when this lawsuit was
God.
Yes, it was filed in March 1, 2019.
This bitch got all this money regularly, on time, millions of dollars, and gave none of it to charity on her own. They are shaking. I want them to show Amber one sec, because Johnny was over there fucking dying. Because they don't want him to speak.
Benefits that she received from the settlement.
No, as I shared with you earlier,
As I shared
Mr.
with you
Depp
earlier. Get it together.
was required to pay $500,000 to Miss Heard's counsel, which he did in a timely, respectful manner. He was also
He did it in a
required to pay
timely,
all the
respectful manner. Did he just look at
liabilities,
the...
which accumulated during the
He is
15-month
sassy.
marriage.
15-month marriage.
Was
He is
approximately,
so... Y'all, are y'all hearing this, man? The shade
So
he is
paid all the
dropping.
community liabilities.
He is so shady. Oh
She
my
paid
God, I
none of
love it.
That's why you have to aggregate the money that was paid directly to her,
Directly to
money
her.
that paid to her, to the charities on her behalf,
To the charities on her
money that paid
behalf.
to attorneys, and
To her
the relief of
attorneys.
all these liabilities
Wow.
that he had to satisfy.
Right.
That's why I said to you, Counselor, that the total consideration paid to her is
Jesus.
$14,250,000.
14
And
million.
she demanded that that payment be
Oh
made
my God.
free of taxation.
Free
Mr.
of
Depp would have to
taxation.
satisfy all the tax liabilities.
All the tax
How
liability.
long were they married?
This
They were
fucking
married for
bitch.
15 months.
15 months. Oh my God. What is the tax on 14 million?
Payments that you made on Mr. Depp's behalf?
No, we satisfied all of his obligations, so it was very customary for us to pay everything that Mr. Depp was obligated to pay.
Damn.
Are you familiar with an entity known as 2020 Wine Merchants?
Yes, I am.
2020 wine merchants.
Why are
Uh-oh.
you familiar with it?
It's a prominent purveyor of wine in Los Angeles, California.
Ooh. Objection. They don't want to get to the wine. They don't want to get to the wine. It ain't hearsay. He was making them payments. Let's get to the wine. Why y'all gotta come up front? And look at Johnny smiling. They don't want to talk about the wine. Look at Amber. Johnny's smiling because he don't want to talk about wine merchants. Yo. Oh my God. This shit. They're going to need to like put Amber in a padded cell after this because she's not going to be able to go anywhere. People dislike this woman, and for good right. She sat up there and said she wanted nothing, and they had to give $14.5 million untaxed. He had to pay the taxes.
How are you familiar with 2020 Wine Merchants? That's not what I asked you, that's why I'm asking you now.
Okay, let's go with the
2020
line.
is a highly recognized purveyor of wine in Los Angeles, along with other companies.
What involvement, if any, did you?
Are they about to talk about the 2 bottles a day where she was drinking 200? The bottles of wine are damn near $600 each. Sega Vasilia, okay, red wine, damn near $600, and she was drinking 2 a fucking day. Allegedly, he was having bills of $30K a month. Okay, so I don't know if they're about to go into that, but like, whoa.
Having 2020?
T.
I satisfied the liabilities that Mr. Depp incurred, which at the dissolve of the marriage was approximately $160,000.
God damn.
Do you continue to pay Mr. Depp's wine bill?
Yes, I do.
He still pays the wine bill.
But his wine bill has shrunk to virtually zero.
Right.
Because
He's not with Amber.
he does not consume that much in way of wine. He's made a few gifts around Christmas time,
Mm-hmm.
but his wine bill has gone to virtually zero.
To virtually zero. Look at Johnny.
Spanish wine known as Vegas Sicilian.
Yes! Vegas Cecilia. Yes.
I know that it is a very
Yes.
expensive wine, and that I know that Miss Heard enjoyed drinking the wine.
Yes.
How much does it cost?
Tell us.
The cost of the wine is approximately $500 a bottle.
Ooh.
Were you ultimately charged with paying for the wine that was served on at the birthday party on April 21, 2016?
Uh-oh.
Yes, I was. We rendered the
Objection.
payment valid.
Oh, objection. Of course. Look at Johnny. Oh my god.
How many bottles of Vega Sicilian was?
Oh, no, 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 no.
At Ms. Hurd's request, she ordered 5 bottles
Wow.
of wine
Wow.
and 8 bottles of other wine. So a total of 13 bottles of wine.
13 goddamn bottles of wine.
No other questions. This time.
No other questions. Mic drop, bitch. You're done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're done.
Good afternoon, Mr. White.
Good afternoon, Counselor.
Your firm has been paid millions of dollars by Mr. Depp.
See, look how his fucking tone is right off the goddamn bat. He come up here aggressive as fuck. Why is he so aggressive? Why does he think talking to... I can't stand his ass. Why does he think talking to witnesses like this is going to get him the results that he wants? He's making... Let's listen to this fucking shit.
First retained in 2016, correct?
Millions of
Correct.
dollars.
And in fact, you're being paid for the time that you're sitting on that witness stand today, aren't you?
Oh
No.
my god.
Well, you charge the time that you spent.
Trying to make it seem like he's just on his payroll. This is where they always go because they have nothing else but listen to his fucking accusatory ass tone. I can't with him.
In connection with legal proceedings in this case, correct?
That's correct, but I charge for my time.
Yeah.
And at the
It's
same
great.
time,
you answered
I
my
would
question. So in
charge-
fact, you charge $710 an hour for your time.
You better get your bag.
Let me complete my answer.
No.
Exactly. Let him complete his
Sir,
answer.
Please
Yeah,
try to
look
stick
at
to the
Johnny.
question that I'm asking you.
I
You've had
can't,
a chance to go well
because
beyond
you're
the question
rude
I'm
as
asking you.
fuck.
Just please stick to the question I'm asking you.
No, you won't even let him answer.
I don't think your microphone was on there. It's not really badgering on it.
No, thank you.
Objection, but that's all right. So just if you could answer the question that's asked, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, he is
Here's-
really...
Let me start over, sir.
You know what?
charge
Don't do
Mr.
it.
Depp $710 an hour.
Look at Johnny.
That is my standard rate. for
Yep,
clients
you
who
better
ask,
get that
I can
bag.
charge that rate to Mr. Depp.
And you gave
Mhm.
a deposition in this case.
And he can pay
Remember
it.
that on or around February 2nd, 2022.
And what?
Yes.
Oh! Yes.
And that day, you charged Mr. Depp $710 an hour for the time that you spent giving testimony that day, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he did.
And you charge Mr. Depp $710 an hour for anything that you do in connection with his account, don't you?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
You have about 6 people
And
working
what are you
on
trying to
Mr.
say?
Depp's account.
It doesn't
Correct.
matter.
Yes.
It doesn't
And-
matter.
Whether through you or one of your colleagues, your main contact with Mr. Depp and his companies is his sister, Christy Dombrowski, correct?
Why are they bringing
Who is
Chrissy?
your main contact?
Mr. Depp.
One of your
He
colleagues
handled his
maintains
shit.
active communication with Christy Dombrowski, correct?
Could you ask the question again, Counselor?
One of your colleagues maintains active communication with Christy
Ew.
Dombrowski, correct?
No.
Just his body language. He's so fucking smug. Him and Amber. Get your fucking sheets together. I'm tired of waiting on you. What's Johnny saying?
All right, yes, sir.
Like, I'm so sick of this man. I really like this dude, though. He said, let me finish my answer.
Mr. White, I've handed you the transcript from your deposition that you gave in this case on February 2nd, 2022. You remember that? We did it over Zoom?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you swore to tell the truth in that deposition as best you can, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Can
so
you
did
turn
your
to page
fucking
160?
client. And she's lied multiple times. I wish I could read lips.
116, 106.
Mr. Rottenburn is one of the most unlikable people I have ever come across, and I don't even know this man. But I'm assuming he's married and has kids and all that. But I mean, like, dude, Your voice is like nails on a chalkboard. I don't want to hear you. You are so rude. And the questions that you ask are so inappropriate and have literally nothing to do with anything. I was just listening to this like, what the fuck does this matter?
I recall that he had an active indebtedness with the Bank of California. He had other commercial loans, but not with the Bank of California.
Right. Don't even got your
And
interest.
after
Oh
you
my
were brought
God.
on, you developed an understanding that Mr. Depp's financial status was very challenging, correct?
Very
It was challenging.
challenging.
We had an ability to resolve the
There was a
problems
solution.
if they were properly addressed.
He had liquidity problems, right?
He had substantial assets in excess of his liabilities.
Right.
but he had
Meaning he
short-term
had
obligations
owned
that
more
were
than what he
satisfied.
owed.
Let me just ask that again. At the time that you were brought on, he had liquidity problems, correct?
Can you define liquidity for me?
I'm asking you. At the time he was brought on, he had
Can you
liquidity
define?
problems.
He don't even know what liquidity
I would
means.
define the term liquidity as where the short-term assets are less than the short-term, excuse me, are less than the short-term liabilities. And if that's how you define liquidity, I would agree.
In layman's terms that I can understand, because I don't speak all the kind of business school terms that you speak. He didn't
Oh,
have
we
enough
know.
money at the time.
Who's
correct?
Johnny
He was
talking to
spending
back
more than he was
there?
bringing in, correct?
Someone in the crowd?
And you gave him advice about how he could hopefully get out of that problem, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And just to be clear, Mr. White, because you've testified to some degree of knowledge about why
Just not a
you
likable
alleged that Ms.
person.
Heard requested. So you seem to have some knowledge of Mr. Depp's spending. Ms. Heard didn't buy any of the dozens of properties that Mr.
But
Depp
she bought 30K in wine a month, so shut the
Correct.
fuck up.
He owned the assets prior to the
And that's his money, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do with his money that he earned. What is your point? He blew someone out the cannon, so what, he wanted to blow someone out the cannon?
She didn't buy a yacht that she couldn't afford and then have to sell it to J.K. Rowling, did she?
And what, he wanted the fucking y'all, had a good fucking time on it and sold it.
Now let's talk
Bitch,
about that meeting
and
on April
what does that have to do with anything?
You said the
and
meeting
what?
started
It's
at
his
about
money.
7:30 p.m.
Yes.
and lasted till maybe 9:30. Is that right?
Yes.
And you have no idea, no personal knowledge where Mr. Depp went after he left that meeting. Do you?
That is correct. I did not go with him. I went home.
Right. He went to go do his thing.
And at that
Look at
meeting,
them.
Mr. Depp was
He's
given
like,
some
duh.
catastrophic news about his business, correct?
He was given news that he needed to address a number of financial issues, but I had a strategy and plan to fully resolve them.
That news that he was given that night was catastrophic, wasn't it?
No.
May I approach her?
Why are you approaching? What is all this approaching?
It was about his business, correct?
Went home.
And at that meeting,
Rotten
Mr. Depp was
born
given some
is a
catastrophic
rotten,
news about
foul
his business,
fuck to
correct?
treat this man the way he is.
He
He's
was given
rotten.
news that he needed to address a number of financial issues, but I had a strategy and plan to fully resolve them.
He's rotten.
That news that he was given that night was catastrophic, wasn't it?
No.
May I approach her?
This poor guy, I just feel for him having to be in this shit, and everybody who has had to be in this shit because Amber lied about everything and Johnny had to clear his name because he lost everything
Mr.
and
White,
wants to
let's
set
do this
his name
again
right.
with Another under a series of statements. You
He
gave
said, "Let's
testimony
do this
in the
again." For
UK
he
trial,
is
you
so
did not.
fucking rude.
Yes.
And that testimony was under oath, correct?
Yes.
All right. And
Amber
in front
has
of you,
lied
I
under
have
oath. She
your
said she gave all the fucking money to the children's charities and the ACLU. She lied under oath in UK trial. What is your
I did
your
it
point?
honestly.
He gave it
You gave
honestly.
it on behalf of Mr. Depp, correct? You were one of his witnesses called.
That is correct.
Okay. Can you please turn to page 865? And it's just the second page of the document, upper left. Before that, the questions are talking about this meeting on April 21st, 2016. And you were asked the question, now Mr. Depp was given some catastrophic news about his business. Answer, that is correct.
Okay, and
You did, but remember,
That was just my
I get a
question.
chance
You
to
answered my
respond.
question.
right, he gets a chance. Let him talk.
Sir, you'll have a chance, the attorney will get back up and redirect you, okay? So we just answer his question, that's fine.
And the reason I'm asking, sir, is because you just gave the exact opposite testimony.
Oh,
That's why I
whatever.
pointed that out. Now, you at this meeting,
Look at
you had
Johnny.
a discussion about his
He's
financial
like, look at
affairs
you
and
hear this
necessity to
guy?
formulate or
Do you
revise
hear this
business
fucking guy?
strategy.
And she's like, it's
Correct?
okay. I know.
And you
I know.
talked about the
He is
following
not
things.
doing
You
any
talked
service
about
by
paying
being rude as
obligations
fuck
and
to the
tax
witnesses.
liabilities, right?
He's
Yes.
not.
Which means money you owe to either the government or banks, correct?
yes,
You talked about assets that he needed to sell, correct?
yes,
Properties and things like that he needed to sell. to
Yes,
generate
yes,
money.
yes. What are you getting at? Make a
You
point.
talked about ways
Finally,
to
please
reduce
make a
spending,
point.
correct?
yes,
And you talked about how to get new engagements, correct?
yes.
How to get new gigs, right?
Not how to get them, but
Then
I
you need to
encouraged
get
him to get them.
Right. He said you need to work so you can bring more money in. I mean, that's what they're going to say. What is your
You talked
point?
about the need to get new gigs to generate additional money to help address these financial woes that he was experiencing, correct?
Yes,
So what is your point?
You also told him at that meeting that his taxes, he hadn't paid taxes in years, correct?
no, that's not correct. That he had not paid any taxes in years is not correct.
That he was significantly
Why are they
delinquent in
trying to
federal
do
tax
this?
obligations dating back years, correct?
I don't know how you're defining years. There were delinquent liabilities. I addressed them.
There were delinquent liabilities. They addressed it and they formulated a plan. Like, what is your point? Do you know how many people don't pay their goddamn taxes? Yet again, just trying to fuck with people's character. But he went there for help to get his finances under control. What is your point?
And you talked about the significant delinquent tax liabilities that would run into the millions of dollars, taxes unpaid, correct?
That is correct.
Make a point! Your own fucking client didn't want to pay taxes.
And so after receiving
Look at Johnny.
these
Who is he
catastrophic
smiling
news,
at?
as we discussed, you have no idea where Mr. Depp went when he walked out of the doors of his office, correct?
I do not know where he went.
Why would he know where Johnny
Please
went?
exhibit 936, please. And
Let's look at
Mr.
this
White, I'm
exhibit.
not gonna,
Let's put our glasses
this is
on.
a long document.
Oh, I'm sure.
That we can scroll through, but what I'll represent to you, and Michelle can sort of scroll down, is that these appear to be Mr. Depp's tax returns for Mr. Depp. and
Are
his
we
companies from
serious?
2009 to 2019.
We're about to go
So,
through tax
Yes.
returns.
and these are
For real?
returns as part of your role as his CPA firm now, his business manager firm now.
Do you want to bore
your
us
firm
to death?
Prepares these tax returns, correct?
Yes,
And you maintain these tax returns in the ordinary course of your business, correct?
that is correct.
Oh my
Your Honor,
god.
I know there's going to be plenty of redaction to do, but I just would like to move these into evidence. I don't plan to publish them or anything at this point.
You approach?
Alright, they approaching. And Johnny's laughing because he's like, y'all are a fucking joke. You want to just go through my tax return? He looks so good. At calm. Eased. Did he just talk to someone? That is
So
a
none of
fine
this
man.
will come into evidence, but I'll wait for redactions and it will not be published. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Amber had it all, y'all. She had all of this. She couldn't just act right.
Now, Mr. White, you understood that dollars and that the donation.
Mr. White, y'all, is not having it with Mr. Rottenberg's fucked up attitude.
Correct?
Why can't you treat people
Yes.
with
And
respect?
you also write that the check represents.
Is this instructions from Amber to
just-
just act
that
exactly
the
like
check
her?
represents, the first of multiple scheduled installments, correct?
It was my understanding that she was
Just asking
going to
if that's what you
contribute
wrote.
$3,500,000 to
Yes, sir.
children. You've asked me a question.
Right.
No, I was
Let
actually
people
just asking.
respond.
Would you ask the question again, please?
Yeah, you write that this check
Jesus.
represents the first of multiple.
And Johnny's
scheduled
like, oh my
installments to honor
goodness.
the full amount of Ms. Heard's
He's probably like, I
$3,500,000
cannot believe I'm
pledge.
here.
It was my understanding she was going to contribute the money, and that's.
Okay, sir, I just asked if
Right.
that's what you wrote.
It was his understanding she was going to contribute the money, and he feels the type of way that she didn't. You could tell.
Your Honor, before we go to the next exhibit, can I wait permission?
Okay, sure.
Fine.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Let's see if we're gonna see Amber. What's she doing? Sitting over there. The fuck is she doing? It's so crazy how people can just leave in and out of the courtroom. I'm surprised it's not distracting, but there's so much going on in this case already. I guess it doesn't even matter. So we have Malcolm via video deposition, protection officer for Johnny and his family, Vanessa and the kids. He's been around for a minute.
Can you ballpark for us about what year that was?
Oh, 2006.
I love his accent. And like
Okay.
his
And
full
can you
white
generally
beard.
Just tell us a little bit about what you do for Mr. Depp as his security guard.
I'll escort Johnny to everyday public places. Make sure he's okay.
Takes in public places, make sure shit is okay. Ain't nobody trying to jump on him.
No, we go along first. There's usually a two-man team, it's a two-man detail. You go along, do your recce, make sure all the ins and outs are sorted. No compromises, any risks involved, their risk assessment. We do the job. I look after him, basically I look after Johnny whenever we're in public domain. Whenever we're going to be in a public domain.
Imagine being so well known that you need security to go out because
Okay. And,
people are
and how about the
crazy
defendant
and you
in
just
this
never
case,
know.
Amber Heard. Are you familiar with Miss Heard?
Look at Amber.
I am familiar with her.
How does she make her lips go down like that?
I first met Miss Heard probably 2000 and
Look at Elaine.
I don't recall the
Jesus.
the actual
Two
date.
peas in a
Probably
pod.
2010, maybe around there. She came into the UK
Look at
to
her.
do a promotional job for a movie called Drive Angry.
Drive angry.
But my boss, Terry Judge, asked me to take the detail. Went and met Amber. started
She
the job.
blinks
Amber was
so much.
correct, Tasha. And
She looks dead behind the eyes.
pleasant week, it was fine, good.
Does anything stand?
Jesus.
Yeah.
That just scared me when she looked into the camera like that.
I never seen
Dear God.
Amber again.
She scares me.
The Rum Diaries. But,
Oh, he's been around since Rum Diaries.
Rum Diaries.
Okay, so let's move to the Rum Diary then.
What they talking about?
When did you see Miss Heard? How did you see Miss Heard? in
What is there to
connection
smile
with,
about, bitch?
The Rum Diary.
And then she immediately goes back to this weird face.
We've done the Rum Diary premiere. We went to the after show party. Busy working
His
on the
voice
job.
is a little low, like his audio.
Seen Amber across the floor, Amber seen me. Just basically come across the floor, said hello, how are you doing? You know, the usual chit chat. We chit chatted for a minute or two. Johnny asked me how I actually knew Amber. Explained. That's the last I spoke to Amber that night. I was too busy doing the job.
Did you know at the time, and
I
well,
love
let's back up
Johnny's
for a second.
rings,
Where was
especially that black
premiere?
and gold one, and the middle
So I
finger.
don't recall. I think it was in LA.
You tired, bitch? Are you tired? Are you ready to cut this out
Did you know at
yet?
the time of that premiere in probably LA, but possibly somewhere else? Did you know at the time that Mr. Depp and Miss Heard were seeing each other romantically?
No, I didn't. I mean, I surmised that there was a spark there, you know. It wasn't
She was just a fling at that point. He was probably still trying to quit things with Vanessa.
A few days later, a few nights later, we got at a dinner party somewhere, a promotional thing, and Amber and Johnny were basically, you know, sparking up. They were getting together. Then I sort of
They were sparking
seen
up.
that, you know, there was a romance happening, budding there, you know.
Mm-hmm. The secret that
Over the
security
course of
guards know,
Mr. Depp
man.
and Miss Heard's relationship with each other, about how often would you say you saw them together?
Well, in the beginning, actually not a lot, you know, not a lot.
Mhm.
Maybe once a week.
Because sometimes when you start out, you don't need to be like all up under each other and like that.
People start maturing into something in their
Mm-hmm.
relationship.
And it picked
So,
up.
More often as time went on, you know.
And as time went on, did you have an opportunity to observe how Mr. Depp and Miss Heard interacted with each other?
At the beginning.
At the beginning.
Oh, you know, lovey-dovey.
Always at the beginning. That enmeshment, entrapment phase.
Yeah, good. I mean, it was great to see Johnny happy again.
Look at her,
Amber
all
was,
in her eye.
You know, lovely, charming.
Lovely,
That's
charming.
what she usually is, you know.
She gets described like that in the
Then
beginning.
Things, you know, things started to change. Amber started
Oh.
to change.
Amber started to change.
Getting a bit, I would say a bit more.
Notice he said Amber started to change. Okay? Amber started to change. But in the beginning, she was quite lovely. And this is what these borderline people seem to do, apparently, per Dr. Curry. They're all nice and really and super charming. Narcissist as well. Which I really do think she's NPD. I'm very surprised that she wasn't diagnosed as that. But I really think she's NPD too. Just look at her.
Feisty. Demanding,
Feisty,
you know.
demanding.
I could see that Amber wanted to wear the pants in this relationship. That was pretty obvious.
She wanted to wear the pants. God damn.
And
Yet Johnny
what
was
in
the
particular
controlling one.
made you think that you observed personally?
But Johnny controlled her.
Just the way, you know, if something wasn't quite right, or
Ooh.
Amber could get a bit frosty at the drop of a hat. So as time
Ooh.
went on, you know,
At the
I could
drop
see-
of a hat.
I could see him change.
Explosion.
I could see Amber change. I could see Johnny getting quieter.
He was retreating into himself.
And you know, it just things started changing. Amber
Wow.
started getting a bit more grumpy.
Yet again, Amber started getting more
How did
grumpy.
how did she get along with you?
Absolutely fine. Amber was fine with me. Amber was
Damn,
another
Johnny.
professional
I know. It's
pilot
okay.
with me, you
It's
know,
okay.
she's, no, Amber was fine with me.
He looks sad,
Did you ever
tired.
see or hear any arguments between Mr. Depp and Miss Heard?
When you say see, I heard. I mean, I could hear.
He said he heard.
Certain accommodations.
Right.
staying at.
Because typically a security guard, they'll let their people be in the room and stand outside.
Yeah.
He
see,
heard
you
it.
know.
Amber
I could hear
screaming.
shouting and bawling. And,
Wow. Shouting, bawling.
But I mean, I wasn't there every single night.
And we heard her do that in audio.
There's nights maybe I'd get home. and
Wow.
Jerry would be there. But yeah, I did hear. Yeah, definitely for a fact I could hear sometimes the shouting and bawling. You know. Mostly I could hear Amber screaming.
See? Mostly,
About how-
she's the
I
aggressor.
recognize this was years ago, but can you estimate for us how regularly that happened?
I can't say regularly, I can't say it was like every day, but you know, it got more regular, it got more often than not.
Wow. More often than not. So she was making his life a living hell.
Did you ever witness any physical violence between the two of them?
No, never. I've never seen any physical violence.
He said no.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing people would do in front of security. It's not a thing that would happen in front of myself or
Right. He would have nipped it in the
It
bud.
wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. No, I never seen any physical security. I never seen any hands on. No.
But when Amber got him
Okay,
behind
what do you mean
closed
you
doors,
never saw any hands on?
Well, I've never seen any slapping or grabbing or punching or hitting. I've never seen any of that physically. Well, I tell you what, there was an instance, maybe two instances that come to my mind. One instance was on a private plane.
oh,
I can't recall if it was a domestic flight or an international flight. I'm sitting, Johnny and Amber, or Johnny, whoever was flying with, will sit up at the foretable up aft, and myself
I'm listening to
and
this.
my colleagues will sit down the forward end of the plane. So I usually look up the fuselage that way, with my back to the nose. Amber had her back to me, Johnny sitting across the table, and there was a bit of bickering going on. I can't hear because, you know, the top of that jet craft, I can't actually hear, and it's more animated than verbal. And I see a lighter, a plastic lighter, bounce off his chest, boom, bounce off his chest.
Wow.
So right away I think, oh, this is when he escalated.
She threw something at him and it bounced off his chest. I couldn't understand what it was though.
I remember Johnny just sort of, smirking and looking away as if to say,
Wow.
kind of attitude.
Wow.
And Johnny
That's
puts
so
his hand,
sad.
puts his head against the window.
How demeaning
Well,
of a
I'm
man.
out.
Emasculating.
Another time, I was at the loft apartment.
That was
I
Amber
was in the
throwing shit.
security room in the loft apartments with a security guard called. Do you know what? I can't recall if it was Sean Vett or a guy called Donovan. Anyway, I got the text. I was down there to pick him up to go to the West Hollywood accommodation, and I got the text.
Objection.
No.
To the extent he's going to talk about what the text is, that's hearsay.
Oh.
You can just tell us what you observed without without recounting the contents of the text.
Okay. I'm instructed to go and get Johnny and we're leaving.
Objection. He just said what he was instructed to do.
All right,
Wow.
I'll state objection.
What did you do after you received the text?
I go to the loft apartment. The doors ajar slightly, just you call it cracking the door.
Okay.
Push the door open and I go in. Shouting, there's a bit of shouting going on. I can't hear. I'm in the wrong area of the apartment. But as I turn to the left into the more of the lounge area, there's a soda can. I don't know if it's a Coca-Cola or a Sprite. I don't know what it is. But it's launched from the mezzanine. And Johnny's had this huge TV, the biggest TV I've ever seen in fact, but this, and it's on this mechanical arm.
Wow.
An actual piece of artwork that Johnny had got commissioned. And anyway, this big mechanical arm holds this TV. So this kind of pop, smashes on that. And,
Wow.
force, went there.
Destroying his
Bang,
property.
boom.
Smashed
And
on the
that
TV.
is it spraying all over the place.
Because she's throwing
Johnny had a
shit.
really good jacket on and a bag over his shoulder. That's why he's called me in, because we're leaving. I just pick up the other bags, 2 bags. Pick up 2 bags.
So 2 times he witnessed Amber throwing shit at Johnny and personal property.
Halfway to
How many times are we gonna have to do this?
West Hollywood. Johnny's really calmed down, he's like, man,
Objection to the extent he's talking.
No, why you don't want him to tell?
All right, I'll sustain that objection. Continue.
If you have, I think we can move on.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Next question.
Just to clarify, Mr. Connolly, when the soda can was launched from the mezzanine, where was Mr. Depp in relation to where the soda can landed?
Probably 10 feet, maybe 10 feet back from that. 10 feet back from that.
Okay, and just to make sure we're on the same page, when you refer to the loft apartments, what are you referring to?
The downtown area, Eastern Building.
Right.
Okay.
Where she was rocking shit in there,
What was
doing the
your-
most.
Did you form any understanding as to where, as to who had thrown the soda can?
Objection, speculation.
Oh, hold on, sir.
Speculation.
I'm just
Speculation.
asking if you formed an understanding, and he can state the basis if he did.
Wait, you want to lay a foundation?
Did you, to your knowledge, was Miss Heard present in the apartment at the time?
Objection, leading.
Yes.
I'll allow
I
it.
hear her.
Leading.
I never seen her physically, but I could hear her voice. Yeah.
And
He
where
heard her
did
voice.
Could you tell where her voice was coming from?
Upstairs.
Upstairs, which means it came from her direction, where she threw the fucking can.
So, you can only imagine she's upstairs.
She should be ashamed.
Other than
Look at
the,
Elaine.
Other than the
Elaine looks so
cigarette
tired.
lighter and the soda can, anything else similar to that you observed?
No, can't say no.
So she threw a cigarette lighter
Did
in
you
a
ever
soda
observe any
can,
physical
which
injuries
means
on
she
Miss Heard?
definitely burned Johnny
No,
out with
no.
a cigarette.
How about a
I know
cigarette?
she did.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it started off with maybe a scratch once in a while, swelling, but it got more. It got more, yeah. I'm not talking that he was marked every week or every 2 weeks, but yeah, he sustained marks there.
Wow.
He was getting marked.
He was getting
And
marks.
can you describe for us
Wow.
what you can remember?
Bombshell. So not only have we proven defamation, we also have this abuse. People saw Johnny with marks, but people ain't seen nothing on Amber Heard. Nothing on her. I wish I could read lips. Look at him. He's like, yep. Told y'all. Told y'all. He looks very pleased. Oh my God. He can't help it. He cannot help himself. He looks so animated. Look at, why is he talking like that? The judge is over it. She's over it.
So, Mr. Connolly, you can continue responding. I think the question was just, can you generally describe for us what you remember about the marks you saw on Mr. Depp?
Yes.
The marks he saw on Mr. Depp.
Any prison service should talk to pick up logging the line, mental logging in the line, marks, bruises, bully patterns, stuff. What I noticed straight away was most of these marks and most of these things through my training is happening in the left hand side of his face.
Left hand side of the face.
Scratches on his neck, maybe a fat rip in the corner, maybe a bruising on the eye socket. Dull impacts, except for obviously the scratches, maybe on the leg left ear. Sometimes the two marks, two lines, two trams.
Dang. She was scratching him up like she's a fucking cat.
It was getting more regular. And as I say, not every week. But
Getting more regular. She was putting her hands on him repeatedly. That's why he was always trying to leave. How sad. I don't know what happened there.
And Mr. Connolly, are you able to see the picture on, I assume you can see it on your screen.
What picture is this?
Yeah, hi, yeah.
And do you,
I know that picture.
you took the,
Yeah, I took the picture.
can you just quickly tell us what this picture is?
This picture is Miss Heard and Johnny's honeymoon.
Wow.
on the Orient Express.
The Orient Express on the honeymoon.
From Bangkok to Singapore.
She wanted to get married, He married her, and she still wasn't happy and was hitting him.
The dining coach, I think. Yeah, dining coach, that's what that is. The guy on the left there with the silver band around he's the waiter. He's the waiter of the detail to look after us. The guy in the bow tie, he's the escalation manager.
Mr. Conley, just hold on one second. Before we continue describing the document, I move for the admission of plaintiff's trial exhibit 162 and that it be published to the jury.
The objection?
I'd like to put that.
Okay.
Lord. Always approaching. Okay, so this is the picture Malcolm is describing. You see Johnny's face?
The excursions and transports and stuff. Then it's misheard.
Honeymoon.
The guy, that's the chef who looked after the beef he cooked for us. He great chef, by the way. Yeah, he looked after us. And that's Johnny. And I also noticed, if you look at that picture,
Look at it.
like I said, on the left-hand side, under the
Left-hand
eye,
side.
there's a swelling.
Swelling. Black eye.
And you see a swelling just on the left-hand
Wow.
side of his nose and under his left eye.
That don't make
And what do you
no
interpret that swelling to be?
sense.
So what I interpret it as, that's either he's walked into a door or a door's walked into him.
Wow. And you know typically
Can you tell us anything?
women use that excuse when they're being abused.
Thank you. Mr. Connolly, can you tell us, well, first of all, what,
Wow.
do you recall what year Mr. Depp and Miss Heard went on their honeymoon?
Johnny
The
has
picture we were just looking at?
documented proof of
That was
bruises and black eyes. Amber has nothing.
13.
I know Johnny is just counting down the times so he can
And
get his
were
little
you,
smoke
well,
in.
you testified that you
'Cause he
took
done won the
pictures,
case
so you were, I
already.
assume.
He won the case.
Absolutely, yes.
He
Um,
came here and
What can you
did
tell us
what
about
he
that
was
trip,
set
then,
out to do.
particularly focused on how Mr. Depp
He
and
won.
Miss Heard were interacting with each other.
Started off good.
Started off good.
Maybe 15 metres down the corridor from mine. There was no cabins in between. There was like storerooms, like, blankets and cutlery and stuff. So the cabin's quite not a big massive distance, but it wasn't big. The trip started fine, absolutely fine. I think it was 5 days maybe. 2 days, 3 days into the trip, I can see Johnny going down. I can see him
Damn.
going down,
2 days.
Uh,
He could notice Johnny's mood. It was going down.
He's not enjoying this.
He isn't enjoying it. On their honeymoon. What do you have to fight about on your
He's
honeymoon?
not enjoying this. And he's not happy.
Wow. Not happy. On
Did
his
you ever
honeymoon.
observe any arguments between Mr.
Amber
Depp
should
and
be
Miss Heard
ashamed.
this
How
time?
embarrassing that you went on a honeymoon with your husband and he's saying other people noticed he wasn't happy with you. That says a lot.
Sort of demanded that, we have our own dining car, if you like.
She started demanding her own dining car.
I inquire to the guest relations guy there that you see in the photograph. And he quite rightly tells me that, there's other
Objection,
people-
hearsay, objection, hearsay.
Objection, you're saying? All right.
I think we can move on.
Okay, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
I wanted to hear more.
All right, so Mr. Connolly, well, taking a step back from it and changing topic slightly, have you ever seen Mr. Depp use any drugs? I don't think
I'll allow it.
Yes, I've seen him smoke marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
I have my suspicions that when he goes off to the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
he probably does a bit of cocaine.
Yep.
I've never seen him do it. Mr. Depp would never do a line of anything of cocaine in front of me.
He never did the drugs in front of him.
Anybody. Mr.
Besides
Johnny Depp
weed.
never compromised my license, my position,
Mm-hmm.
and embarrassed me like that.
Wow.
So to answer to your question, I've seen him smoke weed, yes.
He's seen him smoke weed,
You noticed any
but nothing
particular-
else, and he would not want to compromise him because
what changes,
that's the
if
kind of
any,
guy
you noticed
Johnny
in his
is.
behavior when he's under the influence of marijuana?
To be honest, a bit more relaxed, you know, sort of uptight. But he's not out of his head. He's perfectly functioning. I mean, you can talk about anything, any
Right.
conversation you want to
It's
talk
not
about.
like you smoke weed and then all of a sudden you're like comatose and you're like fucked up like you were if you were doing some hard shit.
I would say so, you know.
Meth.
I think Jack Sparrow's more drunk than Johnny Depp.
LOL. He said Jack Sparrow's more
okay,
drunk than Johnny
that's,
Depp.
marijuana. What about alcohol?
Johnny
Same
loved
question.
that.
He used to like the wine.
He used to like the wine.
I would say the last couple of years, that's dropped drastically as well.
That's dropped back.
It's, in my last year with Johnny, it's quite actually rare now. Not rare, but he's not a big boozer now. He's not a boozer now, you know. He's not. And he was never out of his head in wine. He was never, you know.
Right.
I think I've seen him drunk in the 20 odd years I've been with Johnny.
20
I've seen
years.
him drunk twice.
Saw him drunk twice.
Drunk, I mean drunk.
Twice in 20
A lot
years.
of difference in Johnny's demeanour or behaviour. But
Jesus
drinking alcohol or
Christ.
smoking weed, you know.
Stand up guy. And we all drink
And finally,
and get drunk from time to time and smoke a little weed.
Same question for the time period.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Formed the suspicion that he was under the influence of cocaine.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry. Could you ask me that again?
What changes in his behavior, if any, did you observe?
Ew.
on
Every time they
occasions
put her on
when
the
you
screen,
suspected
suddenly I literally get
that he was under
scared.
the influence of cocaine?
Her bags are bagging. They're
The
bagging.
training I had in, you know, the
Where's your cream, honey?
He just seemed a bit more, I don't know, happier. Up,
Happier. Up.
not so down, you know.
That's what Coke
But I wouldn't
does.
say, he's not leaping around kicking his heels or anything.
Right.
He picks his guitar up and then he gets
He's
right
not
into
running
the
around
guitar.
clicking his heels.
There's no major changes really, you know.
I mean,
it's fine.
I'm not even going to go into the Coke thing, but if you've done Coke, you know.
Now you mentioned you traveled.
It's not
with,
like you're
Mr.
going to
Depp
be
and Heard on
speed
their
racer.
honeymoon,
Anyway.
on the Orient Express. Where else have you traveled with them?
All over the world.
Yep, Johnny said all over the world, and he said it too.
Germany. I've been all over the States.
All over the world.
International
I love that he
conference,
said that at
so
the same time as
that's an
him.
interesting story. Yeah, all over the world.
Yep.
Australia. Went to Australia.
Johnny was able to like show all these people on his team and take them with him.
You said?
Yeah, Hicksville, yeah.
Oh Lord,
It's
Hicksville.
funky. I remember Hicksville. God, it's a real funky place, you know.
A funky place.
With Amber and Johnny, they decided they want to go to Hicksville for a day and a night, I think it was. So we were off the trot. Amber and her friends all head off, and Amber travelled with Johnny, but our friends all head off. I followed. Johnny wanted to drive his own. They got a beautiful big customised.
That's the perfect place to do it too.
Not expert, but they had customised. So he wants to drive this car. Myself and his assistant at the time, Nathan Holmes, we use another of John's cars and we follow behind. We get to Joshua Tree, Hicksville, stunning and dramatic. But it's done in a very funky theme. All the caravans are different themes. You know, like mine was an old railway caboose with the old fairground fortune teller head that comes around and stuff like that.
Oh.
Johnny's and Amber's caravan were maybe about 15 metres from mine, maybe 20 metres. And that was John and Amber getting a bit animated.
Talked about
And we were talking
Hicksville.
about maybe
Johnny and Amber getting
25
animated. This is a whole ordeal where the lady was all hanging on Amber and Johnny didn't like that and told her to get off.
I've been working with Johnny that long. I don't have to really say anything. I only have
He
to
knows
say
him.
his face. And Johnny can talk to me to his face.
20 plus years.
So I know what's happening. So,
Look at Amber.
right, and I say in a low voice, guys, let's do this.
Why is
Let's-
Elaine shaking her
let's
head?
walk towards the caravan. Let's, take this away from here. As I'm walking ahead, just, going ahead, I can hear sort of, bickering behind me.
Bickering.
Johnny's trying to talk in, low tone, keep things a bit quiet. But Amber's getting a bit more,
Yappy like a
bit more
dog.
narky,
Yeah.
So anyway, I get up to the caravan, I put them inside, and I go to my caravan. That's it. Don't hear anything, don't see anything until the next morning. We sit around the pool, couple of hours, and we head back to early.
What prompted you
Mr.
to?
Jonas, you have a lot
Yeah,
of
Amber tried to make it
directions
seem
on
like
this.
Johnny came over and was so angry and snatched
Not terribly
this lady's
scary.
hand off of her and did all this bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a 15-minute afternoon break, and then we'll
Yes,
come back
Lord.
and continue with the testimony, okay? Don't do any
Jeez.
outside research and don't talk to anybody.
Amber ready to go. Look at her. That eye twitched. I feel like she knows when the camera is on her. Aren't you supposed to stand to attention when the jury is coming? Like, what are you doing? Get it
All
together.
right, Mr. Connolly, I'm going to put you in the lobby for our break, okay? I'm going to come back and put you back in about 4:20 our time, okay? In about 17 minutes. About 17 minutes, okay,
4:20.
sir? All right, just don't discuss your testimony. All right, just don't discuss your testimony with anybody till then, okay?
Don't talk about shit.
All right, thank you.
Now Amber can go cry for a few moments. So Malcolm is explaining that he was in Australia when everything went down between Johnny and Amber. Okay? Let's see what he has to say.
As I say, my job in Australia is just to secure all the advance. So I would check out, make sure the local
He's
drivers
making
are
sure
there,
everything's good
all
for
the
his
cars are in
boss.
order,
Got the cars and
accommodations
shit.
in order,
Accommodations. Dude, imagine this
proceedings are all
lifestyle.
safe, liaison with production, what's expected of them. I would pick him up at the airport when he arrives, take him to the accommodation,
Yep.
peel off,
Handle
go check
all
out
that
the
shit.
restaurants in case he wants to go. And if nothing's happening, stand in. Go
If
back.
nothing's happening.
Does anything stand out to you about your time in Australia in 2015?
Yeah, Johnny lost a finger.
Boom. You saw how he
Yeah.
said that? He said,
Uh,
he kind of scoffed and said,
so
yeah,
what
Johnny
happened,
lost a
I was,
finger.
instructed to go to Johnny's accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
Objection, can we just?
Okay, all right.
Objection
Hold on
for
a minute,
what?
Mr. Connolly.
What are we objecting? Look at Johnny. He's like, what are y'all up to? I'm trying to, what is he saying? He's like, cool down, cool down. All right, let's get to it. Let him speak.
All right, Mr. Connolly, please continue, but as you go, please avoid discussing the substance of any communications that you had with Mr. Depp or his security, and just focus on what you observed.
Okay. Okay.
I arrived at Johnny's accommodation
Okay.
with my driver, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. He had a driver.
I noticed that there's an SUV, one of the security, the RST, resident security team. One of their vehicles is sitting outside the door, no driver. So I just assumed there's something up. There's a security car there, but no driver. As I approach the door, I hear a muffled shouting and
Oh, Lord.
screaming.
That was a big ass house too.
Quite muffled though, because the entrance to this house, there's a massive oak door. I
Yeah.
mean, it's huge. And it's
Huge,
got
and he could hear
25 mil
yelling.
So I open
Big
it,
ass door.
and it's chaos. It's,
Wow.
screaming, shouting.
What?
But all I can see with my eyes is Johnny. He's wearing a jacket, a
Jeez.
hat, and a bag with notebooks. And I always know that bag because it's a grey canvas bag. And he's sort of, nursing one hand. So I'm saying, well, hey, what's going on? But he's screaming and shouting. It's madness. Amber's irate. I mean,
Amber is irate.
tenacious. It's crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
Johnny's, shouting back. So I say, Johnny, let's go, that's my job, to remove him from the situation. Let's get out. I do a couple of steps with him. Johnny, give me 5 minutes now. 5 minutes. Well, he's the boss, It's
So
not
Johnny
great,
said, give me
but
5
that's
minutes.
fine. So, okay, give him 2 minutes. I say, let's go. Eventually, I get him out. I managed to get him outside the door. We go downstairs. But Amber appears from somewhere. Now, I don't know if Amber was upstairs.
She
or in the
appeared from
basement or
somewhere for the cut.
wherever.
Her sneaky
But
ass.
She appears. And she's
She appears.
Screaming.
Screaming.
Berating him. She's basically berating him.
Berating him.
Yes, fuck off, she's saying, Johnny. Yeah, that's what you do. Fuck off. That's what you do all the time. That's all you ever do. Is
Yep.
Fuck off.
Oh,
You fuck
she
off
said
with your
he
guys,
always-
you fucking coward. That's what you fucking do. You fucking coward. Yeah, fuck off with your guys.
Wow.
Man, all that shit that goes with it.
Wow. She's doing this in front of people. No shame.
By this time, Amber's on the threshold of the accommodation. She's screaming, fuck off, you fucking killer.
Wow. And they wanted to talk about Johnny's foul language.
And I want to sit in the same. I usually sit.
I
in
know
the
he
front
is
seat
like, what the
shotgun.
fuck
I
is
want to sit in
going
the same
on?
seat at the back.
And he was with Johnny when he was with Vanessa and the kids. So this is probably a stark sorry, excuse me. This is probably a stark contrast from the life he was living with Vanessa and the kids, doing their thing, raising children, and then coming into this madness with this younger woman who is clearly unstable. He's seen marks and stuff on Johnny progressively getting worse as time goes by. He's seeing his boss like literally retreating into himself, going into a shell. It's terrible. And then he comes here and he walks into this place and it's complete fucking chaos, he said. Amber is screaming like a fucking banshee, berating Johnny. All the things we fucking knew. And they want to act like this bitch is so fucking pristine. I cannot wait for her ass to get up on the stand. But I really, are people taking bets for real on whether or not Amber's getting up on the stand? I feel like there's going to be some fucking technicality, or it's going to be maybe some type of health issue or some shit like that, or she's going to get up on the stand and have a fucking nervous breakdown in front of everybody and be found incompetent to proceed with the trial, and it'll be a mistrial or some shit. But either way, it's going to be a performance. Whether if she passes out, if she has a breakdown, if they come out with some medical all of a sudden that makes it incapable for her to be up there. But this guy has seen it all. They said limit it to what you observed. So he is telling us what he observed and saw and witnessed for himself. And he even said, Johnny was shouting back, but Amber was irate. And instantly he was trying to get him out. And Amber was like, Fuck off. That's what you always do. That's what you always do. What, did you want him to stay? You wanted him to stay so y'all could keep going at it. That's what you do. That's what you do, Amber.
So I can have a look what's going on here and have a chat and have a talk. But when I get around the car, the driver's not locked the door, so he's out the door again. And he's making his way back up the stairs. I get back round again.
Oh, Lord. Johnny was like, I'm about
to...
to...
Two concrete stairs to the front door. He's just crossing the threshold. And the screaming starting. Again, screaming. Amber is screaming. Again, Johnny, let's go, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And this time it's a wee bit more force, and I managed to actually basically pull him out of the place. Get him into the car, doors are locked this time.
Johnny was pissed.
I got him back to my apartment using, a secret way through the underground car park and service lifts. I get him up to my apartment, get him into my apartment, start washing his hand, basic triaging his hand, washing the first aid.
Damn.
It's a mess. His finger's just a mess. It's like one of them cartoon exploding cigars. I always think in my mind that one of them cigars that blow up.
That's crazy.
And
she fucked his finger up.
You see bone. There's bone there.
Oh. But the story matches up.
Anyway, I sit him down.
The story matches up.
Debbie, the nurse, who's living in the same apartment block as me. So that's my first thing, phone Debbie. Phone Debbie, about 20 minutes later, if that, I don't recall, maybe 25, maybe half an hour. But she turns up with Dr. Kipper.
Dr. Kipper.
So, Dr. Kipper does these
all
things,
of which saw nothing on Amber. But we're treating Johnny's fucked up finger.
No other way. We have to go to the hospital.
Yes.
This has to be seriously looked at.
He's remembering this shit.
And that's when he's, that's when his treatment started, you know.
Okay. When you were in the presence of
Look at
Mr.
Amber
Depp and Miss Heard in the house in Australia,
her eyes look very low, like she's either
how far away were
extremely
you
tired
from
or
Miss
high.
When I first entered the house, Miss Heard wasn't visible to me.
It's going to be another person saying they saw nothing on Amber.
To leave, Miss Heard appeared, and she's probably, well, you're talking 2 feet, 3 feet.
3 feet.
did you observe any injuries on Miss Heard?
No injury.
No injuries! Boom! Did you observe any injuries?
No injuries.
No injuries. Look at her.
Other than the injury to his finger, did you observe any injuries on Mr. Depp?
No, no. No. Well, I say no. You know, there was a mark in his face, and I didn't know what that was.
A mark
so
on
I
his
never
face.
wrote it down
The
too much.
cigarette.
But,
It all matches up. It all fucking matches up. God damn it. Amber, you're done.
When we're sitting in the car,
Fuck.
Hold on.
He saw a mark on his face.
Objection. So
Of course you want to object.
About what the mark is on his, since you didn't see what happened. And
Yeah, of course y'all want to object. Shut the fuck up. She cut his finger off and then burned him in the face with a
Next
cigarette.
question.
And it all matches up. Evil. Conniving. Lying. Trash.
I think you've generally described for us the kinds of things Miss Heard was saying.
Right.
How would you describe her overall demeanor when she and
Fucking
Mr. Depp
crazy
were
like a raven
in each other's
lunatic.
presence in the house in Australia?
Spill the tea.
good days and bad days.
Good days and bad days.
On that particular day, I was in the house on that particular day. The only time I seen Miss Heard and Johnny in that house is when I arrived there to extract them.
And how did Miss Heard seem to you when you saw her on that day when you arrived to extract him?
Crazy. Crazy.
Crazy. Crazy.
Fierce. You know,
Fierce. Crazy.
Okay.
Wow,
What was the last
Amber, you're
Mr.
done.
Said, as you were taking Mr. Depp
But
out of
Johnny
the house
was the
to
aggressor.
your
Look at
apartment in
her.
the hospital.
Yeah, the last what I recall hearing as I'm getting Johnny out was, yeah, just fuck off with your guys, you're fucking coward like you always do.
Wow.
I have no further questions.
All right, question.
No further questions. Boom. And now it's time for the cross. And I'm sure they're about to start off aggressive as fuck, as they always do, being rude as hell, don't
Mr.
know how to
Connolly,
talk to nobody.
You still work for Mr. Depp?
Malcolm is not the one to fuck with.
I do, yeah.
Okay. And you've worked for him now for about 18 years?
No.
Well, 2 years ago, you said you worked for him for 16 years, so 2 more years would be 18.
No, I worked with him. I didn't work for him. I worked for a guy called Jerry Judge in Music and Arts. Johnny Depp never paid me. Johnny Depp started paying me 2 years ago.
Okay, so now
Boom.
you were working. Jerry Judge was your boss.
Yet again, trying to say he's
He
on
passed away. Is that right?
his
And
payroll.
now you get paid directly by Mr. Depp, correct?
Look at how John.
Right.
Look
You
at
pay
how
a salary
Amber's
by
looking
Mr.
at
Depp?
him.
No.
Okay. And Mr. Depp's also provided you gifts, correct?
Gifts?
Gifts.
Every fucking witness they get up here to cross, they start with the whole payroll thing. That is their strategy. Say that Johnny has these people testifying for him solely because they are on his payroll. Make the witness uncredible by taking a whole bunch of shit out of context, but yet still providing not a single sliver of evidence to defend your client. Lord, sorry, excuse me. Allergies.
Me? Gift?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes, Johnny gave me gifts. I gave Johnny gifts.
And she's given you gifts over $8,500, correct?
$8,500.
Yeah.
Johnny's like,
Give
what
me
the
a little more
fuck?
than that.
Okay.
He said
you're
he's
loyal
giving a
to Mr.
lot
Depp.
more than that.
Yes, of course I'm loyal to Mr. Depp.
Yes.
I'm loyal to you, so it's fucking for you.
LOL. He said, of course I'm loyal to Johnny
now,
Depp.
going
He's
to
giving him
Australia,
more than that.
You said you went
That
to
was
Australia
insulting to
in
him.
2015 with Mr. Depp, correct? Or you went before Mr. Depp, but you were there.
This guy
to work
is
for Mr.
shaking
Depp,
in his
correct?
boots.
Correct.
And Jerry Judge was also there?
Not when I arrived, no.
But Jerry Judge was eventually in Australia, correct?
Right.
And Nathan Holmes was also in Australia as well, right?
Correct.
And Mr. Depp came to Australia in February of 2015, correct?
Correct.
And when Mr. Depp first came to Australia, Amber was not with Mr. Depp, right?
I don't recall. I don't recall if Amber arrived with Johnny or Amber arrived later.
You don't know one way or the other?
No.
And Mr. Depp stayed in a house in Australia, correct?
Correct.
And you and the security team were about 40 minutes away from the house Mr. Depp was renting, correct?
25, 30. 20, 30, 40. Yeah, you're correct. If it's a traffic day, yeah, 40 minutes at most.
And alcohol was in the house in Australia, correct?
Again with the drugs and the
And Mr. Depp
drinking.
consumed alcohol
I'm
before Amber arrived in
fucking
Australia,
bored.
correct? Depp consumed alcohol before Amber arrived in Australia. Isn't that right?
Yes, he drinks. He does drugs. Okay, this is your formula. It hasn't
No, Mr. Depp
worked.
consumed
Try
illegal drugs
something
before Amber
new.
arrived in Australia.
Jesus
Back
Christ.
to speculation.
I wouldn't know.
Good.
And do you know if Mr. Depp spent any time with Marilyn Manson in Australia before?
Oh my God. Are we
Don't
doing
recall.
this again?
I don't recall Marilyn Manson being there.
You don't-
Jeez.
So as Mr. Depp security, you don't know if
Apparently
Mr. Depp
Marilyn
was
Manson's
in
being
Australia.
framed too.
I left Australia to smuggle 2 dogs back out of Australia back to.
No. I'm talking about it. I'm talking about in the beginning of March 2015. You were that. You were. You don't know one way or the other.
No.
Were
Damn.
you seeing Mr. Depp every day? In early
Not
March
the
2015.
beginning, no, not the beginning. I had other duties.
Okay. So you don't know what Mr. Depp was doing at that time, correct?
No, I wasn't with him.
Okay. And you don't know when Amber arrived in Australia, correct?
Please make a point.
No.
Please.
But you do know that Amber stayed with Mr. Depp, right?
Yes.
Duh.
And you talked about a resident security team that was at the.
Her team is so fucking bottom of the barrel, y'all. They're desperate. They're just trying to ruin Johnny's character.
Yes, well, yes, I could hear
That's it. That's all they have to go on. But Amber has the worst character ever.
But you said the door was so thick you couldn't hear
She's
the
a
actual
villain.
words that were being said. Is that right?
No, just a shouting.
And
A
then you
shouting.
then you went in the house and saw Mr. Depp in the foyer, correct?
Yes, correct.
And Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
Really? Really? Look at Johnny. He's
No.
like, ew, what the
Mr. Depp has
fuck?
penis out.
Objection.
Didn't he?
Like, for real. For real. Objection. No relevance. What the fuck are you doing?
Next question.
And you were trying to get Mr. Depp out of
Yes.
the house, correct?
Desperation. He's
I'm
dying.
trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, yes.
And Mr. Depp was refusing to leave the
He's
house.
like, yeah, y'all, this is what I've been dealing with. He's like, wow.
Not so much refused, he just wanted 2 minutes to say his piece.
You took Mr. Depp's arm to try to move him out, but he broke away, isn't that right?
Yes.
He was
And so
angry.
he's strong enough to
Bitch
break
just
away
cut
from
his
his brother.
finger off.
No.
So you had his arm and he broke away, though, correct?
No.
Isn't that what you just said?
No, I let him go.
You let go.
He let him
But it
go.
wasn't easy. It wasn't
I was
easy.
like drag him by it.
So Mr. Depp's your boss. You'll do what Mr. Depp wants, correct?
To an extent.
It's not easy to get Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Not easy.
Okay. Now, can we play?
They're trying.
Exhibit 380A, which is already in evidence.
They're trying.
Defendants, I'm sorry.
It's defendants exhibit 380A.
Oh, Lord. What is this?
What is this? Sorry, what is this?
And this
Yeah,
is a recording
what
from
is
Australia,
this?
and it's just of Mr. Depp.
I'm
I don't
sure it
think that's
is.
evidence, Your Honor.
It's not an evidence.
Our plaintiffs exhibit 380A.
I don't
Look
think
at
there are
Amber's
any
face.
recordings from Australia evidence, Your Honor.
I don't
I think this.
There definitely is. It's just of Mr. Depp.
Look at Amber. Right.
380A.
It's not an evidence. Bitches.
I know. Jamie says it was ID, but never admitted.
Never admitted. Get your shit together.
Your Honor, the recordings from Australia have other voices on them. And
We're only
I
asking
also-
for it's only the clip of Mr. Depp.
Of course it's only the clip, because y'all don't want to give context.
380A, minute 33.
Get your shit
What's the
together.
foundation for using it with this witness?
Right.
He was at the house.
It's an evidence, that's fine.
Okay, the judge is going to allow it.
Correct.
That is on plaintiffs.
Look at him happy as shit over there. Why did he have that big ass smile on his face? Because the judge allowed it. Like this. Right. Sick. Of myself. How is this helping Amber? Look at her. How did that help Amber?
Mr. Connolly?
I did, yes.
And that was
How?
the sort of condition Mr. Depp was
He
in
said he makes me sick of myself, and she want to act all upset and shit, like she about to cry.
Mr. Depp was upset and angry when you saw him.
Yes, he was angry. He just.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh my God.
Now,
Just like
did you
Amber
take-
was
did you
angry,
take Mr.
screaming
Depp to the
profanities.
hospital?
Look at her.
Along with others, yes.
What the fuck is
your
that?
testimony that Mr. Depp was coherent at the hospital?
What's she writing down?
Yes.
Let's show defendants exhibit 370. I'd just like you to look at something for a moment.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not putting it. I'm not publishing it. I just want to show them a document. Defendants exhibit 370.
These people are desperate. It's so abundantly clear
Your
that
Honor,
they
I'm
don't
gonna
have
object
a
on foundation grounds.
fucking
The witness is
thing.
not even copied on this document.
The witness is
I'm
not
gonna
even
ask him a
copied on
question
this
and ask him
document.
if it refreshes his recollection. That's all I was going to ask. I
Why?
can use any document to refresh.
If you want to approach presenters.
Lord. They just pulling shit that's not even in evidence. They just most unprofessional, most unprepared team I have ever come across. Ever. They're horrible. Amber looks to intently be talking to Elaine. What are they whispering and conspiring about over there? It's so crazy how close but how far Johnny and Amber are. Like, they don't look at each other. Like, they are so close to each other. I'm sure he could feel her, like, villainous fucking deprived succubus energy trying to draw off of him from over there. But it's crazy that he actually has to be in the same room with her. And I know that they've caught glimpses of each other here and there, and it's just like, whoa. Wow. Please get it together. Any day now.
Was Mr. Depp's finger was filled with dirt, grime, and paint when you saw it?
Yes.
Yes.
And now, you say you saw no bruises or cuts on Amber on March 8th, 2015, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Is it true that your main concern was Mr. Depp?
Okay, so because his main concern was Mr. Depp, he couldn't have not seen or not seen shit on her.
I was close enough. If there was any marks on Amber's face, I would have picked that up in 2 minutes.
Right, period.
As you're trying to pull
He
Mr.
would have
Depp
picked
out
that
of
up.
the house,
Stop making people seem like they're stupid. It's insulting.
Not scanning, but I'm looking at it.
Right, he's looking at her.
As you're moving Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Just like Alejandro said.
Right.
I'm watching. When I move a client from a bar situation, a house situation, I watch what's happening around me.
Right.
I know where the client is. The client's with me.
Right, the client was with you, and you're not scanning. You didn't scan her body for.
I scan everything.
I scan everything.
Not everything on her body. She's wearing long sleeves from what I recall.
Okay. And at the hospital, the doctor was told that Mr. Depp cut his finger with a knife, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, which we all know he did to protect her fucking ass.
Mr. Depp, at Mr. Depp's rented house amounted to about $100,000, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Next question.
In Hicksville, other than when you first arrived, you didn't
Police
go
for
to the trial
Amber.
that Mr. Depp and Amber were staying in, is that right?
Only when I delivered them to it.
Right. And then after you delivered them to
When I delivered them to it, when we first got there,
Right.
we went inside and had a look around here.
But after that, you never went inside the trailer after that, correct?
Correct.
So you have no idea what went on in the trailer between Mr. Depp and Amber, isn't that right?
I was told.
He was told.
You don't have any personal knowledge as to
I
what
never
happened.
seen it.
Right.
No, I never seen it.
And you have no idea how much damage was done to the trailer, correct? Personal
I
knowledge.
do have an idea.
You have no idea what happened to Amber in the trailer, isn't that right?
That's correct.
And you don't. And you talked about that there was tension between Amber and Mr. Depp. You don't know
Yes,
what
and
started the
Amber
fight,
was
correct?
animated as fuck.
Right.
Did you see Mr. Depp grab another woman's arm before they moved off to the truck? Before the fight started?
Johnny's like, we gonna do this shit again.
Okay. Were you with the company when you were there? Were you with the group?
And he's saying that's all they
No.
have, and Johnny's like, yeah, I know.
I was maybe 20 feet away observing. That's my job, not to get involved. I don't sit with my clients in a personal situation.
Right.
I'm just observing.
You're observing and there to intervene when shit goes
Now,
down.
You testified that at times you saw marks and bruises on Mr. Depp. Fat lip, I think you said. You don't have dates for those times that you saw that, right?
Don't talk about not having fucking dates for shit. Y'all ain't got metadata.
Right. And you testified in
They
the
want to
UK.
talk about they don't have
You
dates.
testified in the UK, correct?
Motherfucker,
Right.
look at
And
Amber.
you gave a witness statement too in the UK, correct?
Correct.
And you never testified.
I hate
to
when they
seeing
put the
any
camera on
marks,
her.
bruises or injuries on Mr. Depp.
Because
Isn't
then
that
it
right?
catches
Okay.
Elaine too, and I just don't want to look at them.
But you never testified. You never testified to that, right?
I wasn't asked.
Okay. Now,
I wasn't asked. Do better.
you talked about a private plane that you saw a plastic lighter bounce off of Mr. Depp's chest, correct?
What, you're gonna try to make it
You
seem
said-
like the lighter
you saw
just
Mr.
magically
Mr.
flew
Depp
there?
smirking and then he said, "Was that it? Is that right?"
No.
Okay. You don't know what started the fight there, correct?
He already said that.
And you talked about at the lots that
They
you called
bounce
in
from
Los
thing to
Angeles.
thing. So now we
You
on a
saw
plane. Now we're in the
cocaine
E seat
get
B.
thrown
Like
somewhere
what?
in the vicinity of Mr. Depp, correct?
Make a story, please.
I seen a can,
Right.
not a Coke can. I couldn't tell you what can it was.
Okay. And you don't know what happened before you saw the coke can get thrown, correct?
Correct.
Jesus.
And you talked about this picture of that you took in Southeast Asia, correct?
Right.
Okay.
On the Orient
And
Express,
you never mentioned in the UK
where
matter
she
or your
on the
witness
honeymoon
statement,
decided to
Mr.
cut a
Depp
fucking
having
fool.
scratches and bruises on the train, correct?
I was never prompted. I was never asked.
But you gave a witness statement that gave the what you saw in a relationship between Amber and Mr. Depp, and you never talked about bruises or cuts on Mr. Depp in Southeast Asia, correct?
No, I wasn't asked that.
He wasn't asked.
Now, you said only Johnny could make requests for a private dining car, isn't that right?
I said that.
Only Johnny needed a private dining car. Miss Heard didn't need a private dining car, correct?
That would be correct. Oh yeah, that would definitely be correct. Only Johnny Depp would do a private thing.
Right, because nobody would know who Amber is.
Okay. Now, you were not present in Miss Heard and Mr. Depp's cabin on the train, right?
No.
And if a fight occurred,
That's correct.
in the cabin, you'd have no way of knowing about it, right?
I wouldn't know.
And you don't know if Mr. Depp was strangling Miss Heard, do you?
Oh my God! Look at Johnny. He was like,
Mr. Depp had a
really?
shirt wrapped around Amber's neck, do you?
What?
Objection, speculation.
Look at Johnny. He's like, y'all are really going there. He said, wow.
No, okay, you wouldn't know. You answered me. Sir, you answered that.
All right.
Oh, fuck no. They are really fucking trying it. They're so low. Did y'all see Johnny's face?
Plaintiff's exhibit.
Trying to make it seem like he was strangling Amber with a goddamn shirt.
Has been in evidence.
It's blank.
120A, 120B, and 120C.
So I think this would be 120D. If it,
120D.
yeah.
Amber, you're done. Get your little rat nest hair
Mr.
situated,
Connolly,
because
I'm
that is
asking
not a
questions
cute
about
look.
the
That's
fourth,
not cute.
One down. You see that?
Yeah, it's not very
Uh,
clear though. I can't miss.
I'm going to objection. The document is hearsay. I don't know what the exception would be.
Okay, you want to come forward?
Here to go. We're here because of you, kid. Don't be sighing, taking deep breaths and shit. You wanted this. Couldn't keep your mouth shut. And that was the literal end of their cross-examination. Trash. They've given up. Now that we're on the redirect.
Lost his fingertip.
Crazy.
How far away were you from Miss Heard?
Elaine, what are you shaking your head for? It's shaking like your whole neck down there and shit.
Egress, about 3 feet, 4 feet at most.
Can you estimate for us about how long you were in Miss Heard's presence?
Oh, you know what? Best way to do this is think about it and count it out, okay? "15 seconds, 20 seconds.
15 seconds, 20
How was the
seconds. How was the light?
Well, it's Australia. The door is massive. It's a wall of glass behind them.
Wall of glass.
You couldn't get there.
Look at her looking over, trying to look pitiful.
Alright, I have nothing further.
All right. Is this a witness subject to
Nothing
recall?
further.
I think so. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Connolly, since you're subject to recall, did not discuss your testimony with anybody and don't watch anything about
I
this
wonder if they're
case,
going to
okay?
start another
But you're
testimony,
free to
because I
log
think
off
they
today.
said at
All right, free
5:30
to log off today, though, sir. Thank you.
they would end it.
Thank you.
It's like 15 minutes left.
Next witness.
Oh, they are. They about to use every fucking minute. Who's the next witness?
Mr. Jenkins.
Mr. Jenkins.
Mr. Jenkins, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
All right, perfect. Thank you, sir. All right. If you raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth under penalty of law?
It's crazy how you can do that and people still fucking lie. Sit up there and lie like Amber's gonna do when she takes the stand. Gonna sit up there and swear to the truth and just lie through her teeth.
For the record,
Starling Jenkins III.
Starling Jenkins
Jenkins,
III.
where do you live?
Los Angeles, California.
LA.
What is your occupation?
Executive chauffeur of security.
Executive chauffeur of
And
security.
how
Kind
long
of dressed
have
like
you
a
worked as an
Dinkin.
Executive chauffeur and in security.
Executive chauffeur for 30 years. Security.
Wow.
Security for 8 years.
And what occupations did you hold prior to working as an executive chauffeur and in security?
Route sales executive in the United States Marines.
Mr. Jenkins, do you know the plaintiff in this case, Johnny Depp?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you first meet Mr. Depp?
1993.
How
Wow.
did you
That's the
first
year I
meet
was
Mr.
born.
We use delivery service to transport him to and from.
So in the 30 or so years
These are
that you know
Johnny's
Mr.
people.
Depp, what
They
services
came
have you
out for
performed
him.
Over the course of that period?
Child care, animal care, personal assistant duties, security, and transportation.
And could you estimate approximately how many hours per week would you provide those services to Mr. Depp?
40 to 60 hours.
Wow.
And can you describe generally your interactions with Mr. Depp in the
That's a
time that you worked
full-time
for him?
job.
Pleasant, always up.
Pleasant.
Do you know the defendant in this case, Amber Heard?
Yes.
Lord.
When did you first meet Miss Heard?
After the filming of the Rum Diary project.
Yep.
Can you describe
There
generally your
enters
interactions
crazy.
with Miss Heard?
Pleasant, cordial, very sprightly.
Better
So,
be.
In your time working with Mr. Depp, did you ever observe Mr. Depp's and Miss Heard's interactions with one another?
Yes.
Mm.
And can you describe those interactions generally, please?
Very cordial, very aware that people are around them,
Very aware that people are around
Did you ever
them.
see them argue?
yes.
And
Can you
he heard them
describe, what
argue.
you observed about those arguments?
It would be initiated by her.
Ooh.
She would try to engage with him.
Ooh.
He would tell me to turn the music up.
Wow.
So, where did these arguments take place?
In the car.
They were arguing in the car, and Johnny
Do
would
you
be like,
recall
turn
how
the
many
music
times
up,
you witnessed
please.
them argue?
Twice.
Twice.
Mr. Jenkins, turning your attention to April 21st,
Damn.
2016, can you tell the jury what you recall about that day?
Night of the party.
Could you repeat the question, sir?
Sure. So, turning your attention to April 21st, 2016, can you tell the jury what you recall about that day?
It was the birthday party being held at the penthouse.
Yep.
And when you say the penthouse, what are you referring to?
It's the Eastern Columbia building.
And what were you doing that evening?
That evening, I was assigned security on the detail.
Were you inside the residence while the birthday party was taking place?
I was in the CP, the command post that's stationed on the same floor, right outside of the elevator.
Right where he was supposed to be.
And did you interact with Miss Heard at all that evening?
Yes, I did.
Can
In
you,
regards to getting her clients keys, parking, making sure no one else was on the floor that wasn't invited to the party.
Mm-hmm.
were there any issues at the birthday party at the time that you were present at the penthouses?
No issues except for the boss did not show.
And do you
Mm-hmm.
recall what time you left that day?
11:15 p.m. that evening.
Mr. Jenkins, what happened the next day, April 22nd, 2016?
I arrived early, 10:45. Went upstairs to the penthouse. I was informed by Amber that she got in a fight with Johnny last night. She threw his personal property over the balcony
Mm.
into the streets, kind of wrong.
Threw his shit over the
When you
balcony.
say personal property, what are you referring to?
Phone, wallet,
his phone, wallet,
credit cards, everything. Bitch.
Did Ms. Hurd say anything else?
That's
to you
stuff
about
that's
this,
hard to get back.
altercation?
Nothing except they were fighting.
So what did you do after Ms. Hurd informed you that she'd thrown Mr. Depp's personal property off the balcony?
Formulated a plan with going from the office to use the Find My Phone app. In the streets and
Find the
try
phone.
to get lucky.
So Amber is
Did you end up
making
finding Mr.
other
Depp's
people's lives harder and other people's work harder. Now they gotta go hit the streets and go and find my iPhone to find Johnny's phone because she up and chucked it off the fucking balcony because she's insane. How many people has this woman just come into their lives and just screwed shit up, made it difficult for them, just fucked it up? Any person's life she comes into, she creates discord. Anytime Johnny comes into your life, it's pleasantness, generosity, compassion, understanding. And we've heard it from so many people on his team who have enjoyed working for this man. And on the other hand, we've only heard of Kate James, who was on Amber's team, who said it was an absolutely horrible experience and got spit on and yelled at and had her story, her R-word story, taken from her by this woman. Like, what is she, like, thank God that they diagnosed her as borderline, so we know that she has an issue. Because, my God.
Yes, I did. Skid Road, probably 6 miles from the house.
And who had the phone?
A homeless gentleman, unhoused gentleman. I approached him about the phone. He was honest. He returned it. I gave him a reward.
Very
What was
nice
the
of
reward?
the homeless man.
$420.
$420, chicken tacos.
Fiji water.
Fiji water.
After finding Mr. Depp's phone, what did you do?
Johnny is like,
I returned to the penthouse, showed the phone to Amber that I retrieved it. I left it in the CP for the evening security to return it to Mr. Depp.
So after figuring
oh, I'm
out-
surprised she didn't want her hands on the phone and go all through it.
What happened next is I walked Amber to the car. We got everybody in the car. She's on her way to Coachella. I went back to the penthouse to retrieve the dogs. And
On the way to Coachella.
Were you also going to Coachella with Ms. Hurd?
Yes, I was. I was in transportation.
This is where they found the shit.
While she was at Coachella.
So how did you get to Coachella?
Drove the SUV provided by Johnny with the animals.
Provided by Johnny.
And headed out to the bay.
And the morning of April 22nd, did you see any injuries on Ms. Hurd?
No marks.
No marks.
No injuries.
Nobody seen shit.
So driving out to Coachella, did anyone drive with you?
I was in the car alone except for the ambulance.
And how did Ms. Hurd get to Coachella?
She drove a Mustang.
Was anyone else in her car?
She was with, I believe, her sister and one other friend, her sister, Savannah.
And do you know how many days Ms. Hurd and her friends were planning to stay at Coachella?
So the following Monday, I believe it's the 25th of April, it's Friday.
And do you recall where Ms. Hurd was staying at Coachella?
We were staying at the Parker boutique hotels there in Palm Springs, outside of Coachella.
Were you
Mm-hmm.
also staying at the Parker Hotel?
I also stayed there.
And so did you attend
Setting them
Coachella
up.
for work or for pleasure?
Okay.
For work.
And what was your job that weekend?
Provide security and transportation, animal care, Amber's rolling assistant, take care of her, whatever she needed while she was there at the Parker, or in the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall what time approximately you arrived at the Parker Hotel on April 22nd?
Around 5:30ish, maybe 5:45.
And what did Ms. Hurd and her friends do that evening, April 22nd?
That evening,
Got fucked up.
we arrived. We were assigned the rooms. We went with the staff of the Parker Hotel around to the suites where we were staying. They let us in. We let all the luggage in, and we proceeded to plan for that evening to depart by 7:15 is to get to the festival.
And how did Miss Heard and her friends get from the hotel to the festival that evening?
I drove them directly to them.
And did you have any discussions with Miss Heard on the way to Coachella that evening?
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed.
Boom.
To leaving.
Surprise, she left
When you
in the
refer to
boss's
surprise
bed.
In the boss's bed, what are you referring to?
The shit.
Defecation.
What did Miss Heard say about the defecation? in
Why are
Mr.
you
Depp's
smiling,
bed?
bitch?
A horrible practical joke gone wrong.
A horrible practical joke gone wrong. So there you go. It's
Mr.
nasty.
Jenkins, what observations
Look at
did you
Johnny.
make about Miss Heard at Coachella in April 2016?
She had no words. She was there to look it up. It's her birthday. She's with her friends.
And how often were you with her that weekend?
I was with her every day. She went to the venue from the time that we interacted with the wallet incident, the night before at the party, all the way until Monday. We returned with the pets and the luggage.
And did you observe anything about Miss Heard's health that weekend?
She got sick.
Oh,
Do you know
She
what?
got sick at the venue.
she got sick at the venue because
You
she
know
was
what caused Miss Heard to be
fucked
sick?
up.
She was eating the magic mushrooms and drinking red wine on the stone.
Yep.
And how do you know that she drank red wine and took magic mushrooms?
I saw the room service and I went to their room to collect them, to take them out there.
So is that something? Excuse me. Is that something you witnessed?
I witnessed it.
And what did you do in response to Miss Heard being sick at Coachella?
I collected her, got her in the vehicle. She didn't want anybody else to know that she was sick. Take her back to the Parker and Road. I took her to the 7-Eleven where I retrieved hydrating fluids, Advil.
How nice. How sweet.
Let her have those. Got her back to the Parker. Got her into the suite, and then went back to pick up everyone else.
And Mr. James, when you said Miss Heard got sick, do you recall what her symptoms were?
Yeah, she was throwing up.
There.
Mr. Jenkins, did you see any injuries of any kind on Miss Heard April 22nd, 2016?
Nope.
No injuries.
Why is that
What about the
objection?
rest of that weekend, Mr. Jenkins? Any injuries that you saw?
No injuries.
Nope. Same old, same old, same
Have you
old
ever witnessed
story.
any physical abuse between Mr. Depp
Same
and
old
Miss Heard?
story.
No.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. Dang, they going into cross already? The judge is really
Yeah,
trying to
Mr.
move this
Jenkins.
along.
Good afternoon.
So just to be clear on the chronology, you met Mr. Depp in 1993, is that right?
The tones of their voices are
And you've
just
worked for him ever since?
jarring.
Off and on? Yes.
Okay. And your salary's paid by Mr. Depp, correct?
Oh, God. I hope you guys can see in me doing this that literally every witness they start with this fucking money situation
Receive pay for the
about
work that
Johnny,
you do for Mr. Depp.
about these people
Correct.
being on Johnny's payroll. Every
And
fucking
Mr. Depp's
time.
security is your highest priority in your job, correct?
Yes, it is.
You're loyal to Mr.
Yes,
Depp.
Yes, ma'am.
You're loyal to Mr. Depp, right?
Yes.
Now, I want to turn to the...
So because he's loyal
the night of
to Mr. Depp, he
21st,
can't have
2016.
impartial, non-biased
Just
thoughts
to
and tell
recap,
what
you
the
said you were
actual
working a
fuck
security
happened.
shift at Amber's birthday at the Eastern Columbia building that evening, correct?
Correct.
And you said that your shift ended around 11:15, correct?
Correct.
And you said the boss still hadn't shown up by the time that you left the Eastern Columbia building, right?
Correct.
So you have no idea where Mr. Depp was or what he was doing from 9:30 p.m. that evening until at least 11:15 when you left the Eastern Columbia building, right?
No, I do know he was attending to his mother.
Attending to his
You
mother.
weren't with him.
Oh, look at Amber turn her head like that.
Okay. All right. That's information that you
Did you see
that
Amber?
you received, but you have no personal knowledge of that.
He was attending to his mother.
I have no reason.
Her neck turned so fast.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Mr. Bett told you that?
So what does that hearsay? Look at Amber. Look at Amber looking at
Bett told
him.
you that he was tending to
Why
his
is she
mother
looking
that
at
night?
him like that? She's looking at him like she's disappointed and wants to kill him.
I'm aware of what the situation was, the time frame. He's with his mother.
He was with
Okay,
his mother,
all right. Interesting.
who was
Okay.
interesting. Yeah, because you're caught up. You caught up. You got caught up.
And did you have any understanding that he
You
had
got
any
caught up.
interest in-
Why is it so interesting, Rottenberg? Because you got caught up. You was trying to make it seem like Johnny's whereabouts were unknown and he was just frolicking around and doing whatever on Amber's birthday party and she had a right to be upset with him. But no. He said he was with his mother. Amber's neck just about fucking broke in the way she was staring into this man. Like she wanted to hurt him. Like she wanted to throw something at Mr. Rottenberg for asking that. That caught him up.
This manager earlier that evening where he was told that he was running out of money and that his taxes hadn't been paid in years. Did you have any understanding of that?
Objection.
Or anyone else?
Objection.
Foundation, culture speculation.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Thank you.
And you didn't see Mr. Depp that night, right?
No, I did not.
So you came back the next morning to escort Amber to Coachella, right?
Yes.
And you say that Amber told you that she had thrown Mr. Depp's phone off the roof?
Correct.
And did you
Destruction
come
of
to understand
personal
that,
property.
Mr. Depp had thrown her phone off the roof that evening prior to when Amber threw Mr. Depp's phone off the roof?
She informed me of that.
Okay, she informed you of that. So when you went outside to look for Mr. Depp's phone, you weren't looking for Miss Heard's phone, were you?
She had her phone.
She threw his off. What is the point of this?
Okay, so you were only looking for Mr. Depp's phone.
Oh my God.
When you went downstairs
They're tragic.
You found it with an unhoused person.
They're
you said,
fucking
correct?
tragic.
Correct.
Okay, and did I hear you right that you said it was 6 miles away where you found the phone?
Correct.
It actually wasn't 6 miles away. It was actually right below the building, the ECB
No,
building,
it was
correct?
not.
Okay.
He said no, it was not.
Can you pull up?
Did you hear? His neck said no, it was not. He was the one who found the fucking phone. How you gonna tell him? He was the one walking the goddamn streets. He said no, it was not. Look at Amber, y'all.
Does he have a way to see documents that just him, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. Could you please pull up the witness statement, Mr. Jenkins? Mr. Jenkins, do you remember giving testimony on Mr. Depp's behalf in the UK trial?
Yes, I did.
And you gave a witness statement first in writing, correct? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And then you were examined by the attorneys in the trial, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Can you see on your screen?
Amber
the
is like,
statement,
y'all
that's-
fucking
do you see the
suck.
witness statement?
Yes,
Y'all
I
are
did.
some
It says witness
ass.
statement of Starling Jenkins, right?
Correct.
And this is the statement that you wrote and signed as part of the UK trial on behalf of Mr. Depp, correct?
Correct.
Okay. If you can scroll, please, to page 3 of the document. And Mr. Jenkins, I'm going to read you what you wrote in paragraph 13.
Okay.
And
He said okay.
we can go from there. On paragraph 13, you wrote in your witness statement in the UK trial, the Find My iPhone application indicated that Johnny's phone was somewhere on the streets below the balcony of the residence.
Oh my God,
Did I
really?
read that right?
The streets below the balcony could be literally anywhere. Like, come
That's what
on.
it says. That's what it says. I'm telling you, the phone was in Skid Row.
Okay,
And
so
the phone of the gentleman that found it and the location where the phone was found.
isn't Skid Row just a few blocks away from the Eastern Columbia building?
No.
What is your point?
It's on 6th and Main, I guess, depending on what area you are.
Okay, so one of these two sworn statements, either what you just said in court just now that it was found 6 miles away, or this, one of these is false, correct?
No. Because it is the streets below. He didn't say specifically
Just
where.
inadequate as far as the location. The location is not below the penthouse. It's not on Broadway. It was
Okay.
found on Broadway by the unhouseman, and then he lives off of Skid Row.
Okay.
Try
Now
harder.
let's move on to Coachella, please.
Move on.
You were with Amber and her friends that week.
Johnny
at
is
Coachella.
loving this.
And you testified a little bit about what you saw. Is it fair to say that Amber and her friends were having a good time that weekend?
Yes, sir.
And there were thousands of other people at that music festival too, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were you aware that Amber's sister Whitney was pregnant and sober that weekend?
Wasn't my information, wasn't my knowledge.
Right.
Were you aware that Amber's sister
What does that
Whitney
have to do
grew
with
up in a parking
anything?
lot that weekend?
So you're trying to say that it was Whitney and not
No.
Amber, even though
So
he
you're
put
not
Amber in the
understanding,
car.
Mr. Jenkins, there's
Trying to
nothing wrong
gaslight
with
him.
Wanting to spend time with your friends at a music festival after being abused by your husband, right?
Oh, objection. Objection.
What abuse?
That's not an abnormal thing to want.
What abuse?
And you said you didn't hear anything about, she didn't say anything to you about domestic violence having taken place, correct?
Nothing in the car pertaining to that.
Would
Right.
it surprise you that she might not want to talk to someone who had worked for her husband for around 23 years at that point about domestic violence? Would that
Oh my
surprise you?
God, shut the fuck up.
Objection, speculation.
She ain't tell
Your Honor.
nobody.
Next question.
Ms. Hurd texted you on May 12th, 2016, asking you to call her, correct?
Correct.
And you did not bother to respond to that text, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
And that was the last communication that you had with her, correct?
Correct.
He said, bitch, bye.
You weren't, just to be clear,
Not texting you
weren't
back.
at Amber's house on Orange Avenue in March 2013 when Johnny was there, correct?
I might have driven to the location. I'm familiar with the address.
But you didn't enter the house at any point in March 2013, correct?
Depending on if you had luggage or I might have driven to the location. I'm familiar with the address.
But you didn't enter the house at any point in March 2013, correct?
What are they getting at?
Depending on if you had luggage or
I need today to be over because
You
just
didn't
like
hang out
Johnny,
with
he's
inside
like,
the
what
house.
the fuck are they
Right.
doing?
area waiting in the concert.
And you weren't at the Hicksville Trailer Palace in late May or early June 2013, right?
No.
You weren't on a plane flight from Boston to Los Angeles in May 2014, correct? With
These are all the times that Amber claimed that she was physically abused by Johnny, and he's trying to make it seem like he was never there at those times, therefore he doesn't know. Shut the fuck up. You guys are weak. Weak on the defense. You guys had 6 years to get it together. Amber, you had all this time to gather evidence, to gather witnesses, and do this, that, and another so that your case could be semi-believable. But you have done an awful job of proving that you are a victim of any type of violence, other than people being annoyed and intimidated and afraid of you, and not wanting to have anything to do with you and moving away from you, which I guess to you is abuse. Amber thinks people leaving is abuse, but it's not.
Johnny and Amber. You weren't with Mr. Depp and Amber in the Bahamas in August 2014, correct?
Correct.
You weren't with Mr. Depp and Amber in Tokyo in January 2015, correct?
So sad. This is so
No,
dumb.
I was not there. Correct.
You weren't with Mr. Depp and Amber in Australia in
We get
March
it. We get it. We
2015,
get
correct?
it. We definitely get it.
You weren't at
You guys have
Thanksgiving with them
nothing.
in Penthouse 5 of the Eastern
Look at
Columbia
Johnny.
Building in November 2015, correct?
I believe I was there.
You didn't,
I
you weren't,
detail. I don't have the schedule, but I might have been some detail.
Right.
You
It was a holiday.
sure. You don't have any specific recollection of that one way or the other, though, correct?
Okay, and what are you proving by doing this?
Okay,
It's the holiday.
okay.
Still, there
You
are
weren't
15,
celebrating
20 plus
Thanksgiving in
people who have
Penthouse
seen
Five
nothing
that
on
night,
Amber.
correct?
I was in the CP,
Okay, and that's a separate room, correct?
separate room, on the same level. Correct.
And you weren't in the Bahamas in late December 2015, correct? With them?
Correct.
You weren't in the ECB with just the two of them the night of December 15th, 2015, correct?
That is,
Get her off the screen. I want to see her. I want to
And
see
finally, you
Elaine.
weren't in the penthouse of the Eastern Columbia building on the night of May 21st, 2016 with Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard, correct?
correct.
And you'd agree that you have no personal knowledge of what went on between Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard behind closed doors, correct?
Correct.
Nothing further, thank you.
All right.
Correct?
Weak. What are you smiling at? What are you nodding at? Like he did a good job?
Mr. Jenkins' witness statement, or perhaps.
We're starting redirect? I thought they said this was ending at 5:30.
That paragraph.
This is the redirect.
I walked out into the street, did not see the phone. I then asked several homeless people if they had the phone. One homeless man admitted to me that he had the phone, returned the phone to me in exchange for the following: $425 in cash, 3 chicken tacos, 2 bags of chips, 4 apples, 2 apples.
Story
4
is remaining the same.
And so, do you recall where you found the iPhone that day?
Yes, I do.
Objection, ask and answer.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Asked and
Mr.
answered.
Jenkins, moving to Coachella, Mr. Rottenborn asked you about.
Why is Amber looking at him like that?
Yes, I do.
Do you know the difference between Whitney Heard and Amber Heard?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
And who was sick that
One
day?
is the boss's wife, one is the boss's sister.
Who was
Right.
sick that day at Coachella?
Amber.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Nothing
Is this
further.
witness-
Boom. Done. You're going to sit there and try to blame your sister for the one being sick at Coachella because she was pregnant. No, bitch. He literally gathered your bitch ass together because you were drunk on freaking red wine and magic mushrooms and your stomach was fucked up and you were fucked up. He gathered your ass up, put you in the car, took you to the 7-Eleven, got you hydration, Tylenol and everything, and took you the fuck back, and you want to make it seem like none of that happened. None of that took place, and that it was Whitney that got sick. And that it was Whitney that was in the car with him. And that it was Whitney he took to the 7-Eleven. And that it was Whitney he took up. For real? This man has glasses on. He can see. Security and being aware and taking in details is a part of his gig. Stop it. Stop it. This was horrible. This was Thursday. This was the end of the week. This was some fucking bullshit. Johnny has been vindicated in every way. As of yesterday, Wednesday, he has finally been able to prove his defamation case is actually valid, because we now know that his work was most indeed and definitely affected due to this op-ed. We know that the ACLU and the Children's Hospital LA never got their money. Amber Heard was doing all types of finagling shit, having money issues of her own, yet she remained financially independent throughout her relationship with Johnny. ACLU and Amber Heard and all these fucking lawyers conspired on this goddamn op-ed, and there was a draft that said Johnny's name. They took it out. Everybody was under the impression that it was about Johnny. So just because you took his name out, everything else around it was him. What is your case? You're done. You're absolutely done, Amber. Like, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap, y'all. She's done. Like, what is she going to do? She needs to take this weekend and maybe talk to her lawyers on how the fuck she can get out of this and not have to be up on the stand, because the energy is going to take to have to put that performance on for the world. She's going to have to summon up all her like evil demons and pray to her whatever the fuck, because apparently she's atheist, to pray for some type of stability and strength to get through this, because this is about to be a mess and it's coming. We just finished week 3, so week 4. Okay? It's coming. And she should be shaking in her boots, because it's proven. It's all proven. Like, I'm so happy I got to work at home today, and I got to kind of like watch all this go down. Right, Amber Heard's team is out here trying to convince us that we are not able to genuinely tell her and her sister Whitney apart. Okay. They look nothing alike. Like, the face shapes and everything. Whitney looks nothing like Amber. And they want to insult this man and act like he doesn't know what the two of them look like. And he clearly said, yeah, I know who they are. One's Amber's sister and one's the boss's wife. Stop it. Amber claiming that she was strangled with a t-shirt, yet had nothing, not a single mark around her neck. It's fucked up. Yet Johnny had a black eye on the Orient Express, yet we're supposed to believe he strangled you with a t-shirt. That doesn't... She goes to the extreme. The extreme of everything. It's desperation. Trying to argue about where the phone was found. Why the fuck does it matter where the phone was found? She threw it off of a balcony. Damaged property. Affecting made him and his friend have to go out and look for the fucking phone and interrupt what the hell they were doing. She threw it off the balcony. Why the hell does it matter where it was? Oh, it should be a little better because it wasn't thrown that far. Is that what you're trying to get at? Not working. Not working. It's not working. All of the witnesses came the fuck out today. They did their fucking thing. Amber told Starling Jenkins, security, the poop she left in Johnny Depp's bed was not the dog's, but a horrible practical joke gone wrong. She knew what she did and why she did it. The dog excuse wouldn't be cooked up until later. Exactly, Brian. Exactly. You told security right after it happened it was a practical joke gone wrong. So I'm sitting here fucking thinking, which one of y'all did that shit? Amber, I really think you're nasty enough to have, like, propped yourself up somehow on that bed and pushed out a fucking shit and left it there. Like, you're nasty, or you did it somewhere else and scooped it up and put it on the bed. Either way, that's literally disgusting. Not even children would do that. What type of practical joke is that for somebody to get into their bed and be in fucking shit? That wasn't a joke. That was a fuck you. That was a literal fuck you. You don't mean shit to me, so go lay in some shit. That's what the fuck that was. Bullshit. Amber Heard had no marks on her while going to Coachella on April 22nd, 2016, after she alleged Johnny abused her. Starling Jenkins was like, what abuse? Oh, God. This is just tragic. We found out about the money. We found out about the money not going to the charities. We found out about the op-ed and who was involved in that and the background of who put what together and who made the title of the article and this, that, and another. And Amber yet again is lying under oath. Lying under oath. And she's going to have to do it again if she's planning to get up on the stand. It's just... Oh, God. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So someone texted, well, Gina Dowers on her IG, someone sent into her, does Johnny know that we all support him? I hope he's okay. And then she said he does. His team are keeping him fully updated on all the love and support out there. He loves and appreciates you all. Thank you. So he knows that people are supporting him and are seeing the truth. He knows it. She would initiate, try to engage with him, and he'd tell me to turn the music up. He said, drown that bitch out for me, please. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Oh, my goodness. Damn. I think Legal Bites is streaming. Her stream begins at 9:30 a.m. Trial begins at 10. That's so cool. I wish I could do that. Oh my god. Someone says CPS needs to do a wellness check on Amber Heard's young daughter frequently. I'm afraid for their child. Ain't that the fucking truth? Like, I literally keep thinking about her daughter, and it's just the fact that, like, this woman is one of the most hated women in the country right now. Horrible. Like, her reputation is never coming back from this, and she has a child who eventually is going to grow up and know what she's come from. The spawn of, let me not call it the child spawn, but the child of a really, really fucked up evil person. And your daddy's Elon. Like, that's a lot to, like, that is a lot for a child to, like, rationalize and conceptualize in their mind. Like, dang, my dad is like Rocket Man, Elon Musk. Unlimited supply of income. Fucking crazy ass genius, owner of Tesla, just bought Twitter, wants to buy Coca-Cola and put the Coke back in it. And then your mom is a woman who was an actress, didn't feel as if she was talented enough, acquired a very, very talented actor, very, very well known, went after him, lied and said that he brutally abused her. Then after that, got up and said that she is this fucking abuse advocate, women's victims' rights advocate, this, that, and the other. Said that she was going to donate money to 2 prominent charities that could use the fucking money to help people in this world. Didn't do it, but lied and sat up and said that she did. Then during all the fucking shit, 2 years after, she's texting him, trying to say happy birthday, talking about she misses him. Filed a restraining order on him when he was nowhere around her. Nowhere around her. Filed a restraining order. Wanted to do the divorce publicly so she could literally ruin this man's reputation. That is this child's mom, and it's so concerning. It's very, very concerning. And I know that you guys have seen this, but it's been making its rounds, and you know that it doesn't, it's not aging well at all. It's been making its rounds again. Look at this shit. Lying through her goddamn teeth. Look at this. Lying through her teeth.
And actually were all kinds of accusations flying your way when you said all this, and then there was a divorce settlement. You got $7 million. People were saying this is all about the money.
She does that face a lot. She can't help her smile.
Twisted that whole argument. What did you do with that money?
$7 million in total was donated to. I split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
Lies. Fucking lies. Are you kidding me? Liar. You fucking liar. I wanted the one where she says at the end, I wanted nothing.
Accusations flying your way when you said all this, and then there was a divorce settlement. You got $7 million. People were saying this is all about the money.
What is that little smirk she's trying to hide? Duping delight.
Twisted that whole argument. What did
Duping
you do
delight.
with that money?
$7 million in total was donated to. I split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
ACLU is a human rights organization.
Sorry, ACLU is a prominent organization, nonprofit.
And also, you guys saw that picture behind her with a big old picture of her and a big old picture of Johnny. I would be like, if I'm just coming out of an abuse situation, my stipulation would be like, do not put my name, face, nothing near this man at all. You're not about to fucking put my picture up big as hell next to a picture of his big as hell after he's abused me. But of course, no. Amber's not going to think about that.
Organization in the United States. It's called the American Civil Liberties
ACLU
Union,
threw
and they
you under
work
the
on
bus,
behalf
honey.
of marginalized communities on the ground and in legislative reform.
Right.
And
well, more power to you, because that's something that I've never.
See, and they're praising this woman. I wanted nothing.
And actually, were all
She
kinds
said,
of
"I wanted nothing.
Flying your way
Nothing but $14
this,
million fucking dollars." That's I wanted nothing, but you wanted $14.5 million. Started off at $4 million, then just kept asking for more and more and more and more. And you only fucking won the UK trial, you stupid ass fucking bitch, because the judge did not like that Johnny called you a gold digger when she thought, because you said and lied, that you were donating all this money to charity and that you've remained independent financially from Johnny. That's the only reason why. Literally the only reason why. It's fucked. It's fucked, Amber. Like, you're done. You're done. Wow. This is a goddamn shame. This is a shame. Now all these celebrities are coming out in support of Johnny, and it's great. It's great, but I really do wish they would have been around at the beginning of this. Oh, Laura B is going on Legal Bites. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check that out after this. Emily D. Damn. Yep, Malcolm did say he saw her throw a lighter and a fucking Coke can. And she was acting crazy in Australia. Like a fucking nut. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What else is going on? Popcorn Planet's going live too. All these people going live. Maybe one day I'll go live. But I don't know. I'm scared to go live. According to Coachella. Yep. Even the court TV lawyers took a break from simping for fucking Amber. Instead of court, it says they agreed that the op-ed was manipulative, deceiving the public, and now the jury. Yep. They also agreed that Johnny Depp's lawyer did a fantastic job in showing how Amber Heard deceived everyone. They did an awesome job with the guy from the ACLU. Got him to spill all that tea. LOL. Anyway, you guys, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I thank you for sticking with me. I just kind of wanted to do a different thing today, but yeah. Think about liking, think about subscribing. If not, I completely understand. I hope Johnny has a lovely, lovely, lovely weekend. I actually wonder if he's sober now. Like, can he go home and have a stiff drink after this? Can he go home and, like, roll one up? Like, I don't know. Like, is he, like, super sober? We heard the financial guys say that his wine bill is essentially shrunk, meaning it was up here and shrunk to zero. So maybe he's sober now and he's not doing any of that. But I do see that he, like, smokes cigarettes on his breaks and stuff like that. But I hope he does whatever the hell he wants to do this week and whatever makes him happy. Like, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. I was thinking about this the other day. I cannot wait when Johnny starts dating, and who knows, he could probably already be dating now. Like, who knows? You know, they can keep that shit hush, hush, hush. But when he goes public with that shit, Amber's going to lose it. Some other woman has come in and taken your place and is about to live the life that you were living, but is going to live it better because she's sane and you are completely certifiable and need fucking help. And you couldn't just enjoy the world being at your feet. You couldn't enjoy going on private jets. You couldn't enjoy going to your husband's private island for Christmas and taking photo shoots and doing that type of shit. You couldn't enjoy getting your makeup done and having designers dress you and shit like that and going to premieres and whatnot. You couldn't enjoy having your 2 bottles of fucking wine a day and just being a happy drunk and loving all over your husband while he's literally spending 600 bottles, $30,000 a month to feed your habit. It's like, you could have had it all. You could have had it all. And instead, you will have nothing. You will not have a damn thing by the end of this. And it's only your fault. See you guys. I'm so over all of this. I'm so done. I'm so happy for Johnny. And I'm so glad that he is getting his vindication. But these people, Amber's team, get under my skin so badly. And when they put the screen on Amber, it irritates my soul. Because these looks, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on behind that head? Like, what is going on in this brain? What is she thinking? Like, I really wish I was a mind reader. But it looks like literally nothing is going on behind her eyes. Like, there's no light. There's no nothing. It's just dead. Alright. I digress. That's the end of me talking. I will see you guys a little bit later. Bye.